Well, look, the vault door opened today, everybody. Welcome and good morning. Oh, man, I am super excited to get in here and play some games. I'm ready to do some Satisfactory. I'm ready to do some more battles. Holy mackerel, did we do lots of battles yesterday? So I went on and on and on, and I was like, I want to get to that boss, but I also got to do 10,000 other things. So we got a lot of boss battles in. We got a lot of fun in yesterday. We're going to have a lot of fun in today, as well as we're going to play some more before we leave. Oh, man, I just been thinking about playing that game. That tells you that you want to play certain games when you get nothing but thinking about, oh man, if I had done it this way and if I had put the road that way, I could have put it on the edge had I known that I was going to make a port and all of that. That's how it goes. Same thing with Satisfactory. We're going to play some Satisfactory here today on top of our battles. I was sitting here while I was starting up, and I do a lot of stuff while I was starting up because you got to be live when I do a bunch of shout outs. So I'm shouting out on Twitter and Discord and whatnot. And I'm doing all of this stuff, and I'm usually rushing behind the scenes. And as I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff, getting all that going, which takes literally exactly 10 minutes. I've tried to get it down to 5 minutes, but I haven't quite got it there yet. But when I was doing that, a big, gigantic one of those flying animals came by and knocked my character off his little pedestal up here. It was pretty funny. Because he'll push you around in the game, and I'll show you that. We'll see if he comes back around by the time we get in game. But really been missing some Satisfactory. We have still not played into the new stuff yet. Again, I typically don't rush games. I'm also playing multiplayer, so if you do want to come join me, if you work together as a team. Now, obviously, don't do the exact same thing that I'm doing, but you can come in and help out, collect loot, put in power, all that kind of fun stuff. And then, of course, later on, we're going to be playing some more before we leave, all right? But let's say hello to everybody in the chat, and let's get going. Let's say we got That's Mr. 9 to You coming in with a cookie lurker love. I just love saying that. That's like a tongue twister. I crush it, though. I crush that one every time. Rotisserie G coming in with the new Kismet love trade. Oh, I love to see that. Love to see that. Man, I worked so hard on that. That was so much work over so much time. The Mighty River Dog coming in, showing the Kismet hi there. And, of course, my awesome mod. Show them lots of love in the chat, everybody. These are the peeps that are the heroes behind the stream, always having my back. Appreciate them greatly. Looking after the chat, making it a nice, wonderful place for all of you guys to hang out. We got Aporcius. So hopefully I'm saying your name right. I'm going to give it a good try. As says hello, Kismet and chat. Hello and welcome to the stream. I'm ready to go. It is very cold here. So if you see me kind of my eyes closing in and me going like this, all of a sudden, it's just the way it is in Tennessee. If you don't like the weather, just wait a day and it'll be something completely different. It's now dropped from like 70 plus degrees, 75, 80 degrees down to 50 degrees here in the East Coast, in East Tennessee. It is very cold for me. You're like, Kismet, that's not cold. Hey, bro, I come from a place where it doesn't get cold as 65 degrees. That's California for you. People got heavy jackets on in 65 degrees. And it's 50 degrees here. It'd be like somebody from here moving to Antarctica. It is that kind of a difference. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Oh, let's look. Oh, we're going to get a flyby. Oh, look at all the bits. We're going to get a flyby. Oh, that's too cool. Too cool, everybody. Obviously, you got to build your base to accommodate flying mobs in this particular game. It's funny because he literally came down I was back a little bit further and he knocked me off while I was just standing there, minding my own business, looking at my factory. Now, I love to watch the factory run. In fact, this game is an 11 out of 10. It's an absolute instant buy. If you are a builder like me, it has one of the greatest or the greatest building systems in any game at all. Now, this is non-sponsored, everybody. They didn't sponsor me for nothing. So, they probably don't even know I exist, and that's okay. That's okay. Well, you know, Coffee Stain did sponsor for me for Valentine's, so I guess I gotta say they do know I exist, but still, not for Satisfactory. Satisfactory is one of my favorite games of all time. Incredibly great. I highly recommend this game for sure. This is the type of game you could lose a whole weekend on and just be as happy as you can be, right? You can get in here and build yourself an awesome factory, organize it, adjust it, tear it down, rebuild it, tear it down again, rebuild it again, and just have the greatest time. Now, I've been in here working along with some other awesome peeps who've been working together to run all the resources from various different nodes, and we're running it into a central spot up here, which is where our hub is. You can see it right there. Is our hub, and then behind the hub, actually hub's here, then behind the hub we've got a bit of random stuff here, and then a bunch of sorted resources right over here. And so what it's doing is putting all those resources in there so that we can grab the resources when we need them, and we can make the stuff that we need to continue on in our progress. Now, I can't even remember. It's been a few weeks because I got ill because of my allergies. And, you know, it's always up in the air. I'm trying to get my bathroom finished, which is finally done after 5 months. I saw Co-Carnage was having problems with his, he's trying to get a new house. And the worst thing in life, everybody, is bad communication. Is when people don't communicate to you, right? When people are like, you know, okay, yeah, sure, we'll take care of that. We got it all handled. And then they don't call you for a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, 5 months. It literally took me 5 months to get shower doors in my bathroom. 5 months, everybody. I'm not kidding. It is so insane. And so I buzzed him and said, hey, that's the worst thing, man. Miscommunication or lack of communication is terrible. I had that problem where it took 5 months for them to get my shower door. And they literally just finished it last week. Literally, as you guys know, just finished it last week. And we got it done. Finally. Oh my gosh. It was like the project that never ends. I don't have that big of a bathroom, everybody. It's not like I have, like, you know, 5,000 square feet bathroom. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, 50 square feet, maybe 30. I don't know. It ain't that big. It's got a shower. It's got a toilet. It's got a sink. That's it. It's a tidy little bathroom. I don't know. I don't know why it was so hard, but apparently it's a difficult thing to put in shower doors. I don't know. Apparently for them. I don't know. It's tough. Very tough, I guess. I don't know. I could have done it myself, and it would have taken way less time. But there you go. That's how it goes, everybody. You got to just roll with it. I did promise my wife that we would get that bathroom redone once my kids grew up a bit, because hey, you know, when your kids are in there and they're banging against the walls and they're knocking into stuff and they're wrecking stuff, you know, kids when they're young. It's why me and my wife, we have a bunch of artwork that, because we're artists, obviously, we have a bunch of artwork that we had bought when we were young, right? And when you're young and you got lots of money, you buy fancy things. And so we bought all this artwork. Well, after we had kids for, I don't know, 6 months to a year, we thought, we're not putting any of that up. We're not putting any of that up until our kids grow up a bit. Before we get out our really expensive artwork that we don't want broken or wrecked or one-of-a-kind stuff that can't be replaced. And so, yeah, we waited 15 years. For 15 years to take that stuff out, and now we have it out. I have some of my artwork out. My wife's got her artwork out as well. That's some that we've done, and then some that we bought that were very expensive, that I had shipped from Hawaii. Bought myself some beautiful paintings of roses that are done in an inverse way, where you start on black and then you work your way to a lighter color, and then what it does, it creates a real three-dimensional effect. And then my wife, I bought her a beautiful painting many years ago from Hawaii, and had it shipped to the house way long time ago, and it was like one of her favorite paintings of all time. So I don't want, you know, little grabby hands to touch it. So there you go. There you go. That's how it goes. A happy Limerick Day. Yeah, exactly. There was a fellow called Kismet who is chilled as a monk from Tibet. His stream had a habit of derailing due to Microsoft updating, so it turned off 10 seconds to reset. Yeah, I know, huh? I like that. It's a little Limerick Day today. Hey, Riverdog, screenshot that. Screenshot that. Put that in my inspiring quotes. Hey, I got a limerick. My first limerick in the chat. Thank you, Roaches G. I don't think I've ever had a limerick in my chat, and now I have. Look, I've now one more thing to check off the bucket list, everybody. All right, so as you can see, everybody, we've got tons of resources all lined up nice and sweet as I like them all lined up. This way, you know, if I need some plastic, bada bing, bada boom, there's the plastic right there. If I need this, I need that, I'm pretty good. Now, speaking of plastic and speaking of that stuff, we are in the mode now where we're trying to get the next upgrade. We're trying to get into tier 6, which is where some of the new stuff is really going to come into play because it's going to affect what's going to happen in tier 7 and in tier 8, which we have not even unlocked yet, even though this update's been out for a while. I do love to start over in the game because I like to feel the way it feels as you play through the new content. Because remember, this game still is in early access, and so everything is ever evolving, right? I don't get upset and say, oh my gosh, they broke my save and blah, 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 wah. You know, you're playing an early access game. You're playing an early access game, early access stuff's going to happen. Like all your builds are going to get broken, they're going to change stuff, and that's what they should be doing. They should be iterating on it and making it better and making it better. And this is one of the very few games other than Valheim that is already a fantastic game in early access. That is a very rare thing to see, everybody. It's kind of like a Minecraft or other games like that, which were really phenomenal when they were just being produced before they were released. That's a kind of a rare, it's like a golden egg to find or a rare gem to find in the world anymore. Everybody releases their stuff in terrible state, and then you got to wait for them to fix it. It's like buying a car with only one wheel, and you got to wait for them to get you the other 3 wheels later on. This is not the case. This has got all 4 wheels. There you go. All 4 wheels and a spare in the back, just in case. In this case of this game. Now, we want to go ahead and work on some stuff here. Maybe some jetpack right there. We want to try to get some rubber, maybe some packaged fuel going. Now, over here, we can make certain stuff to go along with it. I don't think we could make all the stuff in here. Like, we got to get all this unlocked so we could just take a little looky look. All right, power shards, we got gas stuff. Now, they did change a bunch of stuff in here, so I want to just go ahead and look through real quick. Make sure I can make some of this stuff. Yeah, I can make some of that stuff. But not all of it. Not all of it you can be made in the crafting station. You actually have to go and make the stuff yourself. Now, we're also getting to trains, which I love the trains in this game. I'm going to explain how to do push-pull trains and how to do circular trains and how to do stops and all that stuff in game. It's still a little funky. Sometimes, you know, you got to kind of work it a bit and work it a little bit to get it going. Now, before we get too deep into that, though, because I am very easily distracted, I want to get you guys going on some battles. So let's do that. Let's get into that, everybody. Let's fire it up. To battle! All right, it's battle time. Now, again, one of my favorite things. Again, I really wanted to do those last 2 battles. But I'm trying to get a walk-in with the wife every night. So because my health is really starting to deteriorate again, because I'm not working out, I'm not going to the gym because, you know, corona.com out there, everybody. People not wearing their masks. People don't care if others live or die. I'm just like, nope, count me out, bro. Count me out of that because I have been dodging the Reaper for many, many years, and I'm doing a pretty good job at it, but I don't want to take risks where I know I might die. So I've been not being good about taking my walks. So I've been doing walking, so I had to say, okay, well, that's enough battles for tonight. I got to go for a walk with the wife. And so we went for a walk, and it was great. You know what? You want to take a little time with someone special that you love. I love my wife. Been with my wife 28 years, everybody. Still love her. She's just as beautiful as she was the first day I met her. Still is funny, very feisty. You know, you got to be a strong man to be with a strong woman out there, guys. So you got to step it up. So she don't mess around, too. If you start to slack off, she'll call you on it every time. That's what I love about her. Yeah, so I'm trying to get those walks in, and when I go for a walk, it's usually longer than 30 minutes because I usually go for about 20 minutes that way and then 20 minutes back. So I had to stop the battles and then do that. So that's why I couldn't get to the end battle, but we're going to get to it today. So you guys who are just logging in are lucky because you're going to get a boss battle here in just a couple battles. So let's go ahead and get my quest. Let's look at my quest first. right over here. I really need to get a gym going in my garage. My garage is so incredibly full of stuff because we've been working on the house that that they got to come to. This has got to come to end. They're still working on the downstairs. Still trying to figure out what's going on down there. But once that gets done, hopefully in a few months from now, just goes on forever. In a few months from now, we can get that finished, and then we can finally get that going on in the garage, and then I could have like a little workout station in there. I don't know. I might even, do some more IRL videos where I talk about working on my health as well. Okay, so we got some scrolls, everybody. And sometimes, everybody, I get really sidetracked. I get real sidetracked on here. I squirrel pretty heavily in here. That's why I have a squirrel emote. So if I squirrel too heavy, you could just put the squirrel emote in there and tell me what the heck I was talking about before. All right, we already got that. That doesn't have any upgrades. We're ready to do a battle. All right, let's do this one and do this one. Mystery battles are fun, but let's go ahead and do this 4 skull. That's a tough one to start with a 4 skull. So I think I'm just going to pull out the big guns right off the bat. Forget about the quest and just try to get you guys a win. Oh, man, where are these guys coming from? This is a tough one. You know what? I'm going to aim toward a unit I can see right off the bat here. Let's hope this is a good direction. I think we cluster all together up here in this corner. Then I haste everybody. We could haste up into anybody that's going to attack right there. Now, we're going to do more battles all day long. Yeah, that's... Man, it really does, it's really tough to, when you're working behind the scenes, like when I'm working on videos or whatever, to stop what I'm doing every 30 minutes to do those videos, because it doesn't auto-run. I have to start every battle and drag my unit in every single time and do that. It doesn't auto-run. So it does take a lot of my time, but I know that you guys love it so that you get lots of stuff from the event and you can build up all your characters. So that's why I go above and beyond and do that bonus stream for you guys. And we're going to do the same thing again today. That's right. We're going to keep battles going all day long. We're going to go into battle mode. While I'm working on videos and other stuff behind the scenes. Usually when I'm working on the stream itself, that's when I can't do battle mode, or on Fridays when I hang out with my family. That's because I actually physically have to change things in OBS, which means I have to close it and open it, close and open it all the time, which makes it very hard to stream when I'm doing that kind of stuff. Now, don't forget also, whoa, what are you doing, cursor? My cursor getting all crazy, messing with my stream avatars. Stop that. You can also play around with your stream avatars down there at the bottom, everybody. You can play along for free. Now, remember, new stuff coming, so make sure to have some fun doing some redemptions. You can actually go into the redemptions down there. Let's see if I've got them here on this overlay. No, I've got them on the other overlay. All right. So we got that going. Oh, look out. Tip of the hat coming in. Thank you so much. Elite Gamer coming in. Tip in the hat. Using my new cheer modes. Going great. Going great. Thank you so much, Elite Gamer. Look at that cool badge you've got right there. You got 100 love right there in your little bit badge. I added brand new bit badges and all sorts of stuff. Let's go take a look. Just like all of this. Check this out, man. This is a lot of work. This is a year in the making right here. Revamped a lot of my emotes, new emotes. You get the entire Kismet Love Train now, even at Tier 1. You get the train, the Kismet Heart, and of course the new one, which is actually says Love Train on it. The new car, Love Train. And of course, you want to go above and beyond. You also get more of my characters in the Love Train, Tier 2, Tier 3. Bonus holiday emotes, 8 years of sub badges, just every single possible thing that I could update and send out to love out to you guys, I have done, including bit donations, cheer emotes, bit badges. I mean, so many bit badges that goes up to like 5 million bit badges, and I don't think no one's going to donate 5 million bit badges and 5 million bits to my channel, but hey, you never know. Mr. Beast might come in and say, hey, Kismet, here's 5 million bits. That'd be awesome. But, you know, you got to have a dream, everybody. But I just like doing because I'm a graphic designer. I just like designing stuff. So there you go. The 5 million one is the only uniquely different one than all of those other ones as well, which is pretty cool. I love doing that kind of stuff. I love making stuff uniquely special for you guys, and bam, there you go. All new bit emotes and bit badges for you guys in there. Oh, some hydrate action. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Sounds, my voice really low today. It feels low. Sometimes when I Fantastic Wolf. Sometimes when I been up late like I was, and then I get up early, my voice is really low. It gets like way down here. So let's hydrate. Let's get it going. You guys are feel free to hydrate along with me as we go ahead and get into some Satisfactory. Again, one of my favorite games of all time. So good. Okay, so let's set ourselves a milestone to try to get our fuel generator going, because that's what we're working toward. So we'll set that, and now we can go ahead and put some of this in there, which is our Decase Industrial beams. We're also going to need some rubber. We're going to need our computers and our heavy modular frames. And those are the next thing that we need to get started in our production. And we have everything that we need to get it going, not necessarily at its highest level, but we can definitely get all that fired up. And one of my favorite things about No Man's Sky and other games that are building like Satisfactory is you can build one of two ways. You have the spaghetti way, which is like this, where you're running stuff all over the place, or you have the very organized and very in sequence stuff like we have down there, and like we have way over there, where everything's in order and you can work vertically or horizontally. It works out great. Now, some of this stuff is running purposely into our space elevator. And you can see that some of it has already started to fill up. I feel like the toughest one to get going over a long period of time is the versatile framework, because it takes a real long time. It's 2,500. Though it's not really that tough to make, because it's really modular frames and your steel bars. But really, the modular frames are so slow that it does take a really long time to get that going. So you want to fire it up, let it run, let it go and go and go. Now, one of the first things I would do is check that that's still working, right? Because again, it's been a couple weeks. Let's see if it's still working. Modular frames, we got 2.5 per minute is what we need. And it doesn't look like we got anything going in there. So let's go ahead and backtrack. Where this is coming from. Right here. And then we'll backtrack around the back of it here. And do I have my sound on? I do. All right. Doesn't sound like it's on. Huh. Oh, God. Here we go. Here we go, everybody. What's going on with my sound? No. Trying to get to the options. Master volume is off. Oh, because I was letting it run in the background last time. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, I was letting it run in the background last time so that I think it was Reaper. Reaper could go in and run that line he was running. Oh, it just dawned on me. All right, well, that took a bit of brain firing up there to get going. Oh, I see it working down there. I said we jumped out. Wow! Oh, God, we overjumped. Ah, God, we damaged Fix-It property. Oh, no, I'm going to get written up now. I'm going to get written up because I damaged... that's basically the premise of this game, by the way. You work for a big space corporation called Fix-It. Check it out. I'm representing today. I got my shirt on, though I'm wearing my Twitch jacket because it's freezing. It's freezing outside. And so you work for a big space corporation, and if you damage it, it warns you you're damaging company property, which is pretty funny. All right, here we go. It's working. All right, it's just taking a while to get that fired up. Look at this. This is backlogged here. We could overclock this thing. Oh, yeah. We should so be overclocking that right now. Or we should have a second one running. But see how this is backlogged into here? This is telling me I can create a second one of these. Now, I was going to create a second line of these. But my crew is working on it, and I don't think we ever got back to it. Maybe this should be our first thing today. All right, so here's I'll show you a little trick. You hit F, and you go middle mouse button, and middle mouse button will pick up the very thing that you've got there. Now, you can see I've got a road here. This is kind of a terrible position to do this. This is a terrible spot, and they diverted it right here in this weird spot. To this because they needed heavy modular frames. or regular modular frames to do this. This all needs to be redone. All right, hold on. I got to redo this because that's going to drive me crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and try something more like this. Now, in this particular playthrough, we have told ourselves that we must have supports for anything that we build. So you can't just build out across the thing like we usually do. We have to actually have supports, which is why you see the giant supports here in the side whenever we build anything, which is really a fun way to do it. Thanks for the hydrate. Appreciate that. Let me catch up on chat here. There we go. No battles today? No, I got the battles going. I guess you're not a fan of Blue Oyster Cult then. I can't remember what they sing, but I've heard the band name before. And thanks for hanging out, Elite Gamer. Appreciate you coming in. Again, thank you for the hydrate. Let's see. Dance party. Yeah, there you go. A lot of those ones in light purple, by the way, have to do with the stream avatars down below. Just like that. This looks like Dyson Sphere. Actually, Dyson Sphere looks like it. This game's been out for years. In early access, and Dyson Sphere takes a little bit from this, a little bit from Factorio. Now, of course, this takes from Factorio as well. They admitted it. They said, hey, Factorio is an amazing game. Of course, we are influenced by them, but we have our own thing. One of the things I love about this game is the building. Watch this. Is that when I put foundations down, I can put it here just by using this metal edge. See the metal edge here? This metal edge tells it which direction you go. Now, that seems pretty obvious that, oh, man, that's the way to do it, right? Bam, look at that. Right there or right here. Maybe I want to go up. Maybe I want to go way over there on that spot right there, so I can just save it at the side. Maybe I want to put one in way down there, right? Look how precise that is. That is so incredible. Every game is kind of like The Witcher 3, right? It's kind of like The Witcher. Now, when Witcher 3 came out, every other game had to live up to that standard. And I feel the same way about Satisfactory. Their building is so incredibly well done and so elegant. And the way that it works, you can build from real far away or close up or whatever you want in between. It is so well done that every other building game needs to take note because they've done it perfectly, the way you would expect it to work, right? If you roll over that side, it goes that way. If you roll over this side, it goes that way. It seems like a simple thing, but when you're building, it makes a massive difference. It absolutely is second to none, and that is why I love it so much, is because the building is so incredibly fun. The progression is really fun, and especially when you get to trains, we're going to have some fun and whatnot. Now, I'll show you a bit of how the mechanics work in the game if you are new to Satisfactory. You've never seen it before. What we're doing is collecting raw resources, just like Factorio and other games like that. You start with your raw resources like iron and limestone, which you make, of course, cement out of, and copper, things like that. And then it seems complex. Like if you look at my factory, like, it's so complex I don't understand. It's really simple. I've taken the basic resources. I'm running it into a machine. That machine is smelting it into an ignite, into a little square bar or rectangular bar, and that is going into a machine, and that's making another part, right? And then from that part, we're combining that and another part together to make frames, right? That's what we're doing. So we're taking our items over here, which is our rods right here, and we're going to take those rods and we're going to run them into here to make some more modular frames. Now, instead of just making one thing or one machine full of frames, which is going to be 2 per minute, I'm going to try to make 2 of them. It's going to make 4 per minute, right? Oh, Keyblade Knight coming to that 10 months of sub love, bringing in the Kismet love train. I love that every time. It's one of my favorite animations I've done for the stream. It actually, I just crushes it, man. And it's actually the largest alert you can actually have on your stream. It is right on the edge of maximum size, literally like a few megabytes less. I'm always pushing the limits, everybody. Kids and mods, I think that is. Thank you for all your hard work and keep up the amazing work. Thank you, Keyblade Knight. So much awesome stuff still coming down the line, even though all that amazing stuff I just rolled out yesterday and all of that, I still got more stuff rolling out, more stream avatars, more awesome stuff, more interactivity, more giveaways, more, everybody. That's why you see me working so hard behind the scenes. And sometimes I get people like Kismet, this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry for, spending, 10, 11 hours of my day every single day working so hard on my stream. If that's not enough for you, bro, I don't know what to do. I can't do anymore. That's a lot of work for a 50-year-old man who's partially disabled. I tell you, that's a lot of effort and a lot of time. But I love doing it. I love hanging out and talking to you guys and doing this kind of stuff. There we go. JC Hunter coming in, 13 months and still enjoying every stream. Oh, thank you, JC Hunter. Big love to you, bro. Thank you so much. That's tier 2, 13 months of sub love right there. Bringing in, again, the Kismet Love Train. Thanks for coming in, hanging out, JC Hunter. Appreciate you being here. Now, let's go ahead again. Let's get our iron rods to run in here. Now, this game has one thing that's a lot of things that are real fun, but one of my favorite things is the ability to split resources. So we're going to go in and we're going to tell this first one here to use this thing called a splitter. Now, I have it set down there at the bottom. That's how I was able to pull it up. Again, if you're not familiar with Satisfactory, you can go in here to your logistics. You can go into your splitters and mergers. You've got smart splitters that'll say, this goes in here. Oh, wait, this is not this thing. Oh, well, this is not a plate. Well, then send it on down the line or send it this way, right? So you can smart split and do what I call the mega sorter, which is really fun. Oh, I forgot we unlocked our Love 600 pipelines, too. Ooh, we go revamp our pipelines today, too. Oh, yeah, our Mark II pipes. I forgot. And then, again, so I'm just pressing a button. I'm pressing 4 on my side of my mouse. I have a Razer Naga, which has 12 buttons on the side. And so I'm going to bring in the resources from over here on this side. And then I'm going to go ahead and divert half of it into this one, right? And then you could probably guess what I'm going to do with the other one, right? I'm going to run it over here. And then one of the things you can do if you want to be super elite in this game is you can back this up by 2, and then you can go ahead and put in a beautiful 90-degree angle right there. Not just doing it is important, but how you do it and how it looks in the end is also part of the gameplay, I feel anyway. And a lot of people pride themselves on how their actual factory looks in the end. And I do as well, because I think that's part of the fun. You first kind of learn the basic mechanics of the game and how to make it work. And then you say, how can I make this work more awesome? And yes, that's a real term, everybody. More awesome. Right in here. Because, I don't know, maybe I just made it up. But there you go. So that's going to run in there. Now, we've got our rods coming in. But we need some more in there. Now, what we can do is we go ahead and use these lifters right here to put this up above. Because we're going to have a problem, obviously, with that line in the way. We can put those up and above. So we can go ahead and run our second resource in there. Now, one of the things you can do is you can use this thing called a conveyor pole. And it's a stackable. So I can go ahead and stack this up and run stuff along there, which is a great way of doing that. I'm not too big of a fan doing too much of that, because we still have to put our splitters in there that are going to need to line up there, so it'll split it and put it in there. Now, I always think of these as temporary. These should be the last thing that you put in, right? You should not put these in like this, because they're not going to work like this, because they're, again, remember, this is early access. So what we're going to do is put this in. We're going to move it to like this, and then we're going to go ahead and aim it, and let's say something like that. The bottom one really doesn't matter, because it's really the top one that's going to line up right there. The top one's the one that matters, and its direction matters, right? So you got the orange, which is an input, and the green, which is an output. You can see this has an orange, which is a single input, and then you have 3 outputs that go out in different directions. It splits it in 3 different ways, right? Or you can split it in 2 ways, or you don't have to split it at all, just run the line. There you go. But as you can see down here, we've got these 3 lines. The 3 lines mean that it is a input. And then you've got this kind of green arrow looking thing, which is an output, right? So it shows you not only by the arrows, but also shows you visually what's going on. And no matter, even though you know that and all of that, you're still going to make a mistake from time to time, and I do. Sometimes I put it the wrong way, and I've turned it the wrong way because I'm talking to chat or whatever. It's going to happen, for sure. Just roll with it. Now, here's the thing over here. I can go ahead and now line this up using these green lines here. The green lines say, okay, I've got it lined up this way, and I've got it lined up to my other one. This is what I call an offset split, right? See how these splitters are not, back up a little bit. See how this splitter here is not exactly lined up with this, because this one is offset out, and that's what I call an offset split. Normally you do inline stuff. That's the most efficient way of doing it. Sometimes you do center splits and things like that when you first are doing the game and whatnot. But very, very fun to learn all of these game mechanics. Now, what I'm doing is I'm specifically running this up here, and I'm going to run a conveyor across like this. And this is going to input, right? So this is going into the machine. It's not coming out of the machine. It's going into it. And so we need to take our item that we were using over here, which is our iron plates. And we'll take all this out. And then we had a lifter there bringing it down. And then we're going to run this over here. And we want to end up over there. And again, now we can use these stackers to go ahead and put it in here. Now, again, one of the things when you're lining stuff up, you want to line it up and then move it back 1, 2, to try to get yourself a nice corner when you bring it over. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and bring this up to here. Now, I've played this game for hundreds of hours and still love it to this day. Still love every minute of it. We still got tons of new stuff to try out in game. But as you can see, I'm bringing that around, creating a nice little 90 there. That's going to go in there, a nice 90-degree angle corner. And that's now going to bring our plates down. And it's going to go into here, and it should feed them down into the machine. Now, as you can see, you don't see any in there. Why do we not see any in there? Because this is the #1 thing that screws you up. I say it every single stream, but I still feel like I don't say it enough because this is the thing that always trips me up. It drives me crazy because it doesn't just automatically kick in. Because you need to come back, and you need to add it in. Now you can see it in there. You can see there's some plates. I get close enough. There we go. You can see there's a plate in there. So we want to be able to, we want to make sure to take this out for sure. And you can just take it out. You get all the resources back. And then you can go ahead, put it back in again. And then it will properly snap to the top part there like that. And now it's properly connected. And so it'll run that into there. And you're like, well, Kismet, what about the bottom one here? Because you had to take out the line and all of that. Well, that's okay. I can just take these out now. So I don't need these bottom ones. They're just there to help me line it up. And then once we have that done, then we can just go ahead and run that line. And guess what? GG. We done. That's right. We done. Now we have 2 inputs running to 2 separate machines instead of just one. So we're going to get double the output of our machines. Now, if you haven't played Satisfactory in a while and you're like, Kismet, I sure wish they would add vertical power because vertical power would be amazing. Well, guess what? Bam! They did add vertical power. Check it out, everybody. This is one of my favorite new additions. This is actually not in the latest one. This was in the previous update. This vertical power right there is so awesome for organizing and making your factory look amazing. Look at that. Just straight up. Instead of running it willy-nilly all over the place, you can use the ceiling as your main way of running your power. I absolutely love that. It's my favorite thing now, everybody, is to make that power go vertical like that. Now, once we have that connected, I'm looking for a pole. Here we go. We can go ahead and run a pole from over here. We'll clean up all this power later on. And we'll create a little junction right there. We'll tie this across into there. And there we go. Now, see how easy that was? See how easy it was for me to build power and to build machines and to run stuff and to split it and do all of that stuff? That is a huge compliment to Coffee Stain, who made an amazing game and makes the building in the game so wonderful every single time. Every time you get in the game, you start building out foundations, you start building stuff. It's fun every time. You got to think, I've done it for hundreds of hours and still love every single minute of it. That is a rare thing that you can find in a game. That's why I love it so much. I don't know if you can tell. Let's go modular frames, and we got to tell it what we want it to do. So we want to make modular frames. Now it's off and running. Now it's going to do basically 4 modular frames per minute instead of just 2, which means it's going to make more so we can get our space elevator done. Oh, there we go. Raisin, Kevin, and flying into outer space there. Thank you very much for that follow. Tansy Wolf as well. Thank you very much for coming in, becoming a new Teamwork Tycoon here in the Kismet channel. Feel free to hang out, say hello in the chat, or not. You can lurk all you want. Appreciate you coming in and pressing that follow button for sure. Well, now it's time to merge, everybody. So we're going to need these heavy modular frames, or actually just regular modular frames. I get them mixed up all the time because I have sleep apnea, everybody. But we want to get these frames to flow up to the higher level there. And we can see that we had the output right here on this particular thing, right? So this goes into there, and it goes up into the box, which then goes on to the space elevator. So we want to go ahead and get these two, and we're going to need to merge these two lines together just to make it easier for us to manage. So we're going to bring up our merger. We're going to go ahead and turn it this way like a dish. If we get it going the right way, there we go. I'm looking at the green arrow over there. They fixed it, by the way, so the arrows are not obstructed. They had, in the experimental version, they had it where it was so bright that I couldn't see which way the arrows were going. We don't call it experimental for nothing, everybody. And they did fix that. And they actually have added new colors to make it even easier for you to see. As you can see when I'm doing stuff, you can see it's added new colors to make it easier, which I really like. All right, so we'll go ahead and do that. Now, of course, if we want to make it fancy, we want to be fancy McPancy here. We can go ahead and line it up, back it up by 2, and give ourselves a nice 90 right into there. Beautiful, beautiful. See, again, it's not just in the doing, it is in the making it awesome. All right, so that's going to go ahead and do that. Now, another thing that we could have done is we could have done overclocking. And because I feel like we have probably a lot of backlog of resources here, let's see how much we've got backlog back here. I think eventually that's probably going to run out. But we have not gone in, because I didn't do this part. The other people were working on this. I don't know if the ratios of the bars and the reinforced iron plates are at the level that are going to make this run continuously. But I saw that it was backlogged, and whenever you see that it's backlogged, there's a high chance that you have the ability to go ahead and just run that sucker full tilt. So we'll run it full tilt, see how it goes. And again, I can just manually feed some of this in here as well, which allows it to backlog a little bit behind it. And then, oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, yeah. Going to start backlogging right there. I'm going to start backlog and get that going. We'll come back, we'll revamp that, because we're going to need even more of those for our heavy modular frames, which we're going to be working on as well. But let's go ahead and double that production, and let's go back upstairs and take a look at our space elevator and see if that's having an effect, see if we're getting more of those versatile frameworks, which is what we need to unlock Tier 7 and then go on to Tier 8. Now, this is okay like this, everybody. Don't be afraid to run some spaghetti from time to time. I do not get, I always feel like the most valuable resource is not iron or steel or, you know, whatever it is, batteries in this game. It's your time. How much time does it take you to make this work or to upgrade this thing and whatnot? I don't spend a lot of time making it beautiful if it's just going to be a temporary thing. And I actually feel everything I'm doing in this game is usually temporary. You're going to come back later, revamp it, because you're going to get better and better items and better pieces and more power over time. And when you get that stuff over time, you, of course, want to upgrade your lines and make them faster and reduce your lines. So you're not running 20 lines, you're running 1 line instead of those, and so on. So 1268 out of 2500. Let's go ahead and double check back here and make sure that that is coming through. Over here. Yeah, I don't see it, so we got to go double check. We'll walk back the line. See, I like to walk back the line to see if anything comes down the line. Like this. Then we'll get up here. Oh, or not. Not from that side. Ah, see that right there? Aha, see? We've got it disconnected. Ah, look at us go here. We're running it that way. Why are we running it this way? I can't even remember. Why did I run it back here? Oh, that's right. We got our other manufacturing going down here. Speaking of, wow, I didn't even remember. Did I do this? Did I create this last time, everybody? That's what happens. A couple weeks go by and I forget. Wow, go me. Yeah, oh my gosh, heavy modular frames. Unless Reaper did that. Did you do that, Reaper? Are you in the chat? I think I did that. I'll have to go look. Hold on, I gotta go look at my video. Can't remember. It sucks having sleep apnea, everybody. I literally cannot remember. Let's go see. I have a video of every single thing that I do. I can scrub past the video and see if I was working on it. Yeah, I think that was me. All right, awesome. Go me. Go me, everybody. Because that's exactly how I would do it. I would do a double stack. Oh, here comes a big guy. I would do a double stack. And the reason why I do a double stack like that is because you're feeding up to 4 resources in there at a time. And so I do a double stack by running. Oh, thank you very much for the biddies. Thank you very much. Well, I got to go. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Elite Gamer. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. Appreciate the biddies. Thanks for making Norbert dance over there. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I did. I set up some heavy modular frames. Look at me go. That's why those are not running into our main thing there. Though we do need to get that going again. I'm glad. See, that's why you run the lines, everybody. You run the lines. You double check that you haven't made a change to it. That is a classic Kismet example right there of double checking your lines. All right, very nice. Okay, so we already have heavy modular frames going. So that's something I don't have to keep going or make. That's cool. Look at me. I must have got that done last time and forgot about it. Let's go ahead and divert some of this and divert it back the other way. So what I did is I put a splitter on there, and then I put a lifter on the side. So what it's going to do is it's going to send one on to do heavy modular frames, and it's going to send the other one on this way down to make the other objects that we're working on for our main thing here. Now we want to watch it and make sure that it's doing something. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So now it's going to split that between the two. Now, obviously, we could go in and gear that up to the degree, right? You got to think that most of the time when you're playing this game, or at least I find when I'm playing this game, I barely use any of the resources. The resources in this game are absolutely massive. And so if you spent a good amount of time collecting those resources and then building up your power, I could have thousands of these running right now. Instead of just having 4 of them running, I could literally have thousands of them running if I wanted to do that. Now, again, I like to progress through the game with the minimum amount of nodes collected and the minimum amount of lines run, the minimum amount, right? The most efficient way of getting between A to Z, because that, of course, takes the least amount of time, and my time is my most valuable resource. Now, one of the cool things is we've already got one of our goals done for our thing there that I was going to work on, but I already set it up. And it was been running, so awesome. So let's go over here and grab these heavy modular frames. Less things that I got to make because it's already automated. We'll do that battle here in just a moment. I did hear it go off. And we're going to run over this way. Back here in our hub. And we're going to turn this in, and then we'll go ahead and do this battle. All right, there we go. So we got that done. Now, the other thing that we're going to need here is rubber and computers. Now, computers are fairly more complex than heavy modular frames. And so let's go ahead and hit F, middle mouse button, and it picks that manufacturer up as something that we want to build. Now, I call this the play yard, where I just throw something down and we kind of play around with it. You can also hit X, and you can search for the recipe in here, like computers and whatnot, and you can look at it in here if you want, and even add it to your to-do list. But I like to go and drop it down and take a look at it right in the machine because it's easier for you guys to see on the stream. So we're going to need circuit boards, we're going to need cables, plastic, and we're going to need screws. Now, out of all of these, the plastic one right now is probably going to be the one we want to work on the most. And so we're going to go ahead and use these things right here called hyper tubes. Now, hyper tubes, if you haven't seen those before, they are awesome because you can just whoop right into there like that. Now, these hyper tubes go 2 separate places. One goes that way and one goes this way. That one's going to take me down to my lower area down there where I have a bunch of copper and stuff producing down there. And then this one over here is going to take me way off into the distance. Now, while we're riding our hypertube, it's going to take me way over to my plating there. Let's go ahead and do a battle. To battle! Now, this little side game we play called Stream Raiders. Incredibly fun, everybody. Of course, we call this the Mega Stream for a reason, because we're always doing a bunch of stuff at the same time. It is a free-to-play game. You can see all the people on the right side there joining us for some battles. You're welcome to join us as well. You can join us on the next battle. But let's start this one. Let's go ahead and get everybody some loot. I'm going to be doing battles all day long, so make sure to put down as many units as you can. You can put down 1 every 5 minutes usually. And, of course, the more units you put down, the more rewards you're going to get potentially based on how many people put it down. Now, I have seen it also come down to just a couple people putting down units to see if we win or lose. There's a lot of units to fight against. Right now we have 23. They have 8 left. Let's see if we can get her done. I see a lot of me's in there. Look, I see a lot of Wasteland Tycoons in there. Now we know we're going to get the win. We're definitely getting the win because you guys are using that yellow fedora. That's how you bring in the win. You rock those Kismet skins. We bring in lots of wins up in here, everybody. All right, let's give you guys some love. There you go, John Boy. Look at you getting some love right off the top of the stream. Rotisserie G getting some love as well. And Riverdog crushing it with 11 kills. Look at that. 4 characters in there. Very nice. Rotisserie G coming in with 5. Oh, come on now. Step it up over here. Step it up over here on the next one, guys. Step it up. Come on. We're going to need some love on this one because we're going boss battle right off the bat here at the start of the stream. We're going to go boss battle. Now, again, whenever I do boss battles or anything like that, I always bring in my max level characters, even though I don't get a scroll, which doesn't progress my characters. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that you guys get the loot. That's the most important. So I'm going to bring in my epic level healer, and I'm going to throw him right here in the center. So he can heal all you guys, and you guys get all the kills, and you guys get all the assists, which means you're going to get a lot more loot. So again, remember to put down as many units as you can. All right, let's get back to it. There you go, Blue Chronos. Good to see you, man. Getting that battle emote in there as well. Says, hi, Ray. How's it going? Oh, Ray. Oh, Ray Zen Bread Brass Kit Ball Game. That is a really long name and awesome at the same time. Hello, welcome. Going well. How about you? Oh, he's talking to Blue. Thanks for coming in the stream. Man, that is a long name, bro. Impressive. Impressive to string that all together. All right, everybody. Now, whenever you see a little loot bag running along back down there, you want to go exclamation jump in the chat if you do have a stream avatar going on. Oh, like Rotisserie G just did. Nice job, Rotisserie G. Has just won 5 gold from that. So you're like, well, Kismet, what does that gold do? Well, the gold will go in and it will allow you to unlock even more stream avatar stuff that I have coming down the road. So make sure to grab that loot. In fact, here, let me make it super easy for you. I'm going to drop some super loot, as we call it here in my stream. Bam! It's super loot time, everybody. Exclamation jump in the chat. Get your stream avatar some serious loot there so you can unlock cool stuff in the stream. I get to see it before you guys do. Some of it's already ready to go. I'm just waiting on the rest of it, and then we're going to drop it. So exclamation jump in the chat to get yourself some sweet gold, some sweet loot for your stream avatar, and you'll be able to upgrade it later on. Now, we're over here in what I call the Kismet's Rule of 8. The way to master this game, to absolutely crush it, all you have to do is learn the equilibrium between your inputs and your outputs. Now, this is actually a double Kismet Rule of 8, where we're using 8 constructors to optimize our reinforced iron plates, which is your first big hurdle in the game. Now, I don't like to spoil too much of it, but I know that that was a big hurdle for me when I first started playing years ago, is understanding the ratios of, okay, I'm collecting so much ore, right? I'm bringing that ore up from down here. You can see it collecting down there. I'm bringing that up into this box, and that ore is then splitting in the perfect amount to go into one of these smelters. The smelter then creating ingots, like I mentioned earlier, and those ingots then being run into these things right here, which is our constructors. We get up on the top of them here, and you can take a look. Get my fingers to cooperate. There we go. And you can see that I've got 8 in that direction, and I've got 8 in here because I've doubled the capacity. So first I used 8, and those 8 then are perfectly in great ratio, where it's going to use 3 of them as plates, 2 of them as rods. Those rods will then go on to be screws, and then the screws will then go with the plates into our finished destination way up here in the front, which is going to, and you see the screws there going across, which will end up here like it is, into this, and then that, of course, will bring our iron plates in and our screws in, and that will basically make our reinforced iron plates at the perfect ratio, right? So you're bringing in the right amount of input, outputs, conversions, and then, of course, final product. Now, if you're like, Kismet, I didn't quite understand all of that. Well, guess what? I got a YouTube channel that's got that on there. You can go ahead and check it out. You can go ahead and follow that link right there. Hit that subscribe button while you're over there. And you can look up the Kismet's Rule of 8. You want to master this game? go watch that video and you'll have mastery over the entire thing. I'm telling you. Once you learn those magic ratios, you are the king of this game. I love finding those ratios. I love finding that stuff. Now, I do not use alternate recipes in the game. And some of you are like, oh my God, I can't believe you don't use alternate recipes. Well, the reason why I don't do that is you don't always find the same recipes every time you play the game. It's very randomized, which I really like. But if I'm trying to explain something on stream on how to do something and you don't have the alternate recipe, it's not going to help you. So I play without alternate recipes for that reason. So anybody can do it who comes in and starts playing the game. And once you understand the basics of how you can do it with the normal recipe, the alternate recipes are not all that hard. It just makes it more efficient when you're using those alternate recipes. Now, I have played with alternate recipes before, but I don't do it usually when I'm on stream, so that everybody has a chance to do it. Now, let's go ahead and keep on going out here. And again, Reaper's been out here working a bit on this stuff, and he's been collecting a bunch of resources. I've been working on the oil, which is way out there, as you can see. Tree in the way! Way out here, because we're going to take a long ride way out into the outer part. I love the hypertubes. I think they did an amazing job on these hypertubes. Really help a lot, because this world is massive. It is absolutely huge. Now, the world is one gigantic world, right? And you can start in different areas. And I've started in all the different start areas that you can. I've played through all of them multiple times. And we started in the forest. Now, we haven't started in the forest in a really long time because we've been off playing all the new content and all the new fluids and trains and all that other stuff as they were added over time. And I hadn't played the forest in a long time, so I said, you know what, I'm going to play the forest. And we actually found out that the forest is one of the hardest places to start now because it doesn't have that much fluids. It doesn't have that much water that you can tap into to make all of your power work and your coal work and all of that stuff. So you have to travel pretty far away to find some oil. In this case, as you can see, I'm still going through the hypertube here. I'm going through the middle of the forest here, which I thought was really fun. We ran it through the middle of the forest and had a great old time. Look at us. We're getting way out here now. And so I made this hypertube, which will take me away from my primary base over there, all the way over here. Oh, now we're speeding up. All the way over here to my... to where my oil is. Look at that up there. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's cool. I think that's pretty awesome. Now, over here, you can see we've got a bunch of machines. And you're like, well, Kismet, what do all these machines do? Well, if we look back here, we're extracting oil. Now, you should always be at the ready for baddies, right? The baddies are going to come up and get in your face, right? You should always be at the ready to have a little something to get them with, or there's a rifle as well you can use. But when you're out and about and you're going into a scary little spider cave like this, because that's what was here, you might want to nom some food or use some things to help you out. But as you can see, we have an extractor here, and that extractor is extracting oil. How do I know it's oil? Well, actually, it shows you visually by the color of the pipe that actually is oil. And we can also look in there and see that it says crude oil. So this is extracting crude oil over here at a ratio of 240. Those ratios are very important. Your input, your original origin node is your most important number to figure out all the rest of what goes after it. Now, over here, you can also see we have another one. So we're actually going 240, 240, so nearly 500 oil being done here. Now, you might notice that this one over here, not even being used yet. That's right, not even being used. So that's a huge potential for later. But this one over here is being run over here, and it's being run into these machines. These machines are making certain resources, right? So we're making plastic in there, which we were talking about earlier. We go over here, we can see more plastic. And then over here, even more plastic. We can see one that diverts off the side here, and it goes back over this way, and it's running into these machines over here. Now, what are these making? Well, these are making the rubber that we need, right? Again, that's why we're walking all the way over here. Now, I might notice this machine over here in the corner. You're like, what's that thing just sitting over in the corner there? This is called the Awesome Sink. Now, when you play a game where you're making massive tons of resources, I'm talking hundreds of thousands to millions of bits of resources in this game. I'm talking the kind where you get so overwhelmed. Whenever you tear down your base, you will be overwhelmed with resources. Just way too much to do anything with. So they added an amazing mechanic to the game to actually grind up resources that you don't need, turn them into tickets, and then you can unlock even more cool stuff to build or to upgrade or to connect more lines to the same power line or whatever it is that you want to do. You can even do lighting now. And of course, they've added a whole nother tier 8, where you can do a lot of different stuff. You can do hang gliders and also we haven't even done any of that yet. We still got all that stuff still to do in the new update. But as you can see, it's adding points, right? So it says points to the next coupon. And as it gets rid of some of my waste material, which I don't want to deal with, though you can recycle your waste material back into your production if you want. I just run into the Awesome Sink. And the reason why I do that, and you'll see it eventually come out of here as it's processing. Here it goes. We'll see if it comes through. It never does it when you want it to, I tell you, most of the time. Now, we got to make sure it's on, too. But that's probably a good idea. Let's go make sure this is all on. How do I know it's on? Well, I can see up there at the top it's green. And let's go make sure it's on. Look over on this side. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Let's go see. All right, it's all on. Oh, it's full. It's full. It's not going anywhere because it's probably maxed out the boxes. Aha! Aha! So we got to get that stuff going down the line. One of the things we need to work on today is running these lines all the way back to our primary base. So that's why it stopped. So we can go ahead and let's take out a little bit of plastic here. And we'll take out a little bit of rubber, and that will fire back up our production. There we go. And you can see it was yellow at the top. That's what it was. It was giving me a indicator with the light on the very top there. It was yellow. Yellow means that it has resources and it can do the thing you want it to do, like in this case, make plastic, but there's something that's stopping it, whether it doesn't have enough raw resources or, it doesn't have enough space for the finished resources. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have enough space for the finished resources in this case, or it could be that it doesn't have enough raw resources. One of the two resources isn't enough, but it has power. And it has the ability to make the thing. It just needs the resources, or it needs a place for the resources to go. And as you can see now, it is green. I don't know if you can see that because it's very small, but I can see it pretty plainly. Now you can see it's green. Same thing over here. We know that this is now running, and we can now see it start to pump out. There it went. Some petroleum coke there. There it goes. Into our Awesome Sink. Now, petroleum coke is actually useful in the previous game before the latest update for aluminum, which we haven't gotten to yet. But I don't know if it's used in the new one yet. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Figuring stuff out and discovering it along the way is part of any journey in any game. It's my favorite part of games is not knowing and then discovering it as you go along, right? That's what makes games great. Thanks for sharing your knowledge of Satisfactory, Kismet. Yeah, hey, I try to hook you guys up. I try to hook you guys up with some Kismet tips because I know sometimes it can be frustrating. But man, I've been playing another game called 2 Point Hospital. And there's something that happens when you really click with a game and you understand the game mechanics. The game gets so much more fun, I find. Especially when you get stuck. Right? You get stuck on it and you're like, man, I wish there was an easy way that I could just pick stuff up instead of going into the menu every time and clicking it or even just using the fast keys down there. I wish there was, whoa, hey, oh, speaking of, whoa, bro. Out my face. That was a baddie trying to get me. Even if, look up there. There's another baddie up there. Baddie's up there on the high edge. You always got to be ready for bad guys in this game because they sneak up on you like that. That's a flying bee that tries to get you. Try to get you. But yeah, so when you click into games like that, they're so much fun. And now I'm so addicted to 2 Point Hospital. I've been playing through. You know, I've got 3 stars on just about every single thing in that game now, even the extra stuff. And I'm also working through all the DLC on it. And I just finished again last night. I was recording some of it. I'm going to do a series called Revisited, where I revisit 2 Point Hospital, and I share a lot of my tips that I've learned along the way. And I've been playing for a while, and I just discovered that you can actually, when you're in that game, what you're doing is you're managing your staff. That's most of the time, that's what you're doing. You're managing your doctors and nurses and janitors and all of that. And one of the things that you have to do is you have to tell them exactly what to do. If you don't tell them exactly which rooms to work in, that's what caused the whole entire thing to go off the rails. People are dying. People are, this guy over here who's a general doctor is over here working in surgery, or not surgery, but he'll be working in some other room he shouldn't be in, right? So I just discovered, after just hundreds of hours of playing that game now, or 50, 100 hours, I forget how many hours now, but you can just right mouse click, and it turns all of them off. And I've been going through, clicking them all off. You got to think you have, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 staff members, and so you're going, every single time I was going down and turning them all off. And I just realized, just by accident, because I pressed a bunch of, there's got to be a way to turn all of these off. So I tried Alt, I tried Control, Shift, Alt, tried every single combo. I tried it everywhere. And then I said, what if I click right here on the number and right click on the number, and bam, it went off. And I discovered something again that is a huge game changer, that actually makes the game more fun, because I can just right click and it turns the 15 things off that I don't want to have to click every single one, and then I can just turn the specific things on. And those little things like that, discovering those little things, really do make a difference in games. And that's why I love doing my Kismet tips, because it just takes a few of those to go, oh, okay, now. And then now it's inspired you, and then of course you learn a lot of the other things on your own, just by helping you get over that little bit of hump in the game where it can be a bit frustrating. And I feel the same way here in Satisfactory. Getting over that hump of it being a little bit of frustrating, and then you get to the point where you're like, okay, now I got my rhythm going. Now I got my momentum going in game. Now you notice also I've got another one over here where it's feeding that petroleum coke in there. And it's benefiting me, right? I'm getting tickets from that. I'm getting items that I can unlock other pieces and parts of for my factory, which is awesome. Awesome sauce. Okay. So we'll let that run. Now, again, we need to get our plastic and our rubber from here to our main base, so we don't have to run out here every time to do it. Now, we've got a bit of stuff going on down there. Oh, I see where it is down there. Like that's where he came from, down there. A little sneaky McSneaky. From there. So we need to find a way of running this back down. Now, we see we've got our hypertube, which is super fun. That we could actually use as a way of running it, but we've got really not that much clearance there, and so we're going to need to probably work on the other side here and bring this down and run it on in parallel, at least till you get about here, right? So we can run this, we can stack this on top of our current transport, just like that. And then we can bring those down and do that. Now, we can combine the two lines. I highly suggest not to combine your lines unless you're using smart splitters, because it will become a nightmare later on down there trying to get it all split into separate stuff if you don't have smart splitters. Smart splitters will allow you to go, okay, this goes here, and that goes there. This goes here, that goes there, right? That's fine. Now, another problem you also have is the speed at which you're producing things and the speed at which you can run your lines, right? These conveyors all have different speeds, right? It can run something at 60 items per minute. It can run at 120 items per minute, 270, and so on down the road. Now, right here, this one right here, a Mark III belt, which you can see is this conveyor belt Mark III, or maybe you can't see if you're watching on mobile, but it basically goes at 270. Now, you might notice that the numbers seem weird there, that it goes 60, 120, and this belt, the third one, should be 240, right? Well, the reason why it's not 240 is because there is several different styles of calculations in Satisfactory, right? You start with 30 in some nodes, but some nodes start with 45. And so if you take 45 and you times it out, guess what? It's 270, right? So this is actually a great belt if you're working with something like limestone, which the actual origin original node is a 45 node. So it's coming out at 45 per minute. So definitely great to figure out all that math, or not at all. You don't have to do the math at all if you don't want to. You can go in and actually play the entire game simply by looking at if you're creating a surplus or you're at a deficiency, right? So if you look at it and your machine's not running at full speed, then you need more of that thing, right? You need more ore. If you look at it and you're getting so much that you're getting backlogged and it's running down the line and you've got more on the line, well, guess what? You need to up your production a little bit to use up that extra resources. So you don't have to do it by the numbers. This is the type of game that appeals to me and a lot of people, because I both use my creative side, which is my visual side, and I'm looking at it saying, okay, if I look at the belt, is there a backlog on the belt? Yeah, look at that backlog. It backlogs all the way in there. It's not moving anymore, which tells me that this is full, right? So I need to get that out of there and use it in my production. Otherwise, it's doing me no good sitting right there. Same thing up here, right? So we go up to the top here and we can look at the belt and we say, yep, we've got more than enough being made there, right? We've got the whole entire box full of that stuff as well. And so we want to take this and we want to run it to our main base so we can go ahead and make those computers and also upgrade our stuff. So how can we do that? Well, first we're going to go ahead and push this out a little bit here. Now what I did right there was I hit F and then I did middle mouse button. And that allows me to pick up that particular object and I can go ahead and run these along here. I believe we have enough foundations for these. And so I'm putting this along here and I'm going to take these items from here and I'm going to run them on a conveyor way down the line. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this. And I like to have my stuff up fairly high so I can walk underneath it. Like this right here is actually part of the same box, right? So this is called as a 2-high box. They also have ones that are just 1 high. But it allows you to output up higher and run that right there. So that's going to run our plastic out. Now this one I can use the lower one to go ahead and run it to right here. There we go. Don't believe me? Well, let's go look. Let's go look on the side here. Well, we go up to the top and we can look. Okay, there we go. So we've got our plastic coming out at the top and we go down here. We can even ride on the conveyor as we want, and you can see we've got our rubber on the lower part. And so we're going to go ahead and run this over this way. Now my goal is to get it to go down into there. And you can see my thing is in the way here. But I need to kind of line it up and look down there and see where it is. All right, there it is right there, right? This is what we just built just a minute ago down below on our hyper tubes. Again, it seems complex when you first start playing it and you're watching someone else play it when they're, a quarter of the way through or halfway through. But really, it's one piece at a time. It's one item at a time. You're extracting the oil. You're taking the oil, you're running it in, you're making plastic. You take plastic, you're running the excess into the awesome sink, and then you're taking a little bit more oil, you're making the rubber, and that's it. That's pretty much the game, everybody, is doing all of that stuff. And it might be like, well, Kismet, what's the end game of the game? Well, we're actually working toward that right now, which I have not seen the new stuff yet, other than to see it on a dev stream. I have not gotten to it yet because, again, I don't rush the game. I don't have to be the first person there. It's like, hey, Kismet, oh my God, I can't believe that you haven't finished the entire game in 10 hours. No, I don't do that. I enjoy the journey of every game. I feel like I like to get the most out of this, my dollar bills, right? My dollar bills. I don't go play a game. I don't buy a game for 60, 70. Some of them are $70 now. I don't know what they're smoking. Some of those games weren't even worth $60, let alone $70. Basically, I take my time. I try to get the value out of it. Okay, now that's probably going to be a little close for us to go down right there. Yeah, that's a bit too steep right there. But we can try to put it in between. Right, put it down there. Now I have these skates on that allow me to jump down. If you look right here, they're called blades, blade runners. They allow me to jump down from up there without taking damage. I can actually jump from pretty good heights and take a lot of damage if I don't have those. And so we want to go ahead and get this to line up. And oh God, here we go again. They're sneaky, those guys. Sneaky, sneaky. So we want these to line up down here, but again, it's too steep of an angle to try to bring that down to there. So we can go ahead and say, well, maybe we can run it over here. I can tell you we can't because it's too far away. This is too far away from over there to get over here. Usually, you can only go about 6 foundations. but we'll give it a try, and you'll see what happens, right? When I get too close, see, it's always by that much, everybody, by always just so close, it's so close. But as you can see, it's very, very close, but we can't quite reach it to here. But that's okay. We can go ahead and back up here, and we can say, you know what? We're going to go ahead and put it in where we're going to do an in-between spot. Let's say back here. You hear spooky stuff. Let's say an in-between spot there. And then we'll run it over here. Oh, I'm going to try. Oh, I'm out of steel beams, really? I'm out of steel beams, everybody. It's always something. You're always out of something in this game. No matter what you do, no matter how much resources you have made, you're always out of some sort of resources at any given time. But I typically, what I'll do is I'll stack up some resources, as you can see, like in the boxes here. Or if I have a bunch of extra resources, like I got Marsilia on me here. I got a bunch of extra stuff just sitting on my character that I can take off for a minute. And let's see if we just drop some in the boxes. Oh, I used it all up. I used it up. Now, that tells us, okay, hold on. We need to take a minute, and we need to go get a bunch of resources that we're going to need to make the lines. So one of the ways you can do that is you can make a to-do list. Now, this was made for me. I swear that they made this. They say Kismet would love this. Let's go ahead and make a to-do list so he can remember stuff without having to look it up every 2 seconds. Because I'm like the person that tries to go to the store. Say, it used to be where I would go to the store and my wife would tell me 3 things to get from the store. And by the time I got to the store, I would only remember the one thing. Now I don't even remember the one thing. If she don't write it down and I go to the store, I'll forget I'm even going to the store. I know it sucks. It sucks getting older, everybody. Sleep apnea is really bad because of that. It makes it real. It makes it like you're always in like a dream state where you know how you don't remember your dreams sometimes. You don't remember the specific details. That's the way I am all the time because of my sleep disability. So it's hard for me to remember stuff anymore. But I do as best as I can do. That's all you can ask of yourself. Just do the best you can every single day and get up out of the bed, get it going on. All right, so we're going to need our stackables as well. So let's go ahead and make sure we need that. So what I did is I added just a random amount. I didn't do it specific. I didn't say I need 37 of those because I don't really know how many of those I'm going to need. But it does tell me that I need steel beams, concrete, iron rods, and iron plates. And I'm actually out of iron rods on me as well. So we're going to need more of those. We're going to need a lot more plates. We got a good amount of concrete, but we're definitely going to need more steel beams. And you're like, well, Kismet, you got no steel beams here. What are you going to do? Well, I think that's pretty obvious. I'm going to get in this thing. I'm going to go get some more. Let's go. I love watching the hyper-tours. So awesome. I've not tried Two Point Hospital yet. I did like the old Theme Hospital game when I played that one, though. Yeah, oh man, 2 Point Hospital is really, really good. I highly recommend it, especially when you start getting it down. The staff thing is the key to that entire game. And I'm going to be doing a series on it, on each of the different levels. Of course, my tips and tricks for the game as well. That I learned the hard way, like that one where you can right-click and you turn the thing off. That thing alone, that one tip alone, will literally save you hundreds of hours in that game. Because when most of the time you're deselecting what you don't want them to do, because you don't want your person who's a surgeon going off and doing like general practice, because that's a waste of your surgeon, one. And two, they don't have good diagnostic skills, right? They have good treatment skills and they're great in surgery, but they're not great at diagnostic. So that means it takes longer for your people to get diagnosed for whatever they got, right? So that one thing, just managing your staff, and that's what I do probably 80% of the time in that game, other than putting down rooms and things like that, is managing the staff. It's like in real life, everybody. In real life, as a manager, most of the time of your day is managing your staff, making sure your staff is doing what they should be doing and not off, goofing off at the water cooler for 4 hours, right? Hey, that's the way thing is. You work for somebody, they're getting paid to produce something, just like in game. So I'm all about that. I'm all about that, managing staff and making sure they're doing what they should be doing. And so that's what that game's all about too. It's really fun, really incredibly fun once you get into it and you've mastered that particular thing. That, you know, if you're going to put people into this room, they need these certain skills. Just like in real life, same thing. You got to, if you're trying to do something, like say you're trying to create a giant project, like a graphic design project would be my specialty, because I've done graphic design for 30 years. You're going to need people who are great at doing text and graphics. You're going to need people who understand printing and publishing. You're going to need people who understand how to do posters and billboards and how to do CD labels, or maybe they're going to do a cereal box, how to do folds. Maybe it's going to be varnishes. Maybe you're going to have cuts in there, right? Or maybe you're going to have folds in the thing. Maybe you're going to, because, you know, when they print a cereal box, they don't print it as a square or a rectangle. They print it on a flat sheet, and then they fold it into a cereal box. Yes, if you've never wondered that, you want to try something really cool? Next time you open your cereal box, look for little color squares on the side of when you open the top of the box. You'll see little color squares. Those are called registration marks. You'll see cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Those are the 4 colors that mix together to create the colors that are on your cereal box. So there you go, a little inside secret. You'll also see little crosshairs in there that look like this, right? Little plus. That is actually for registration, so they can get all those colors to line up properly, because if they don't line up, then of course the picture comes out blurry. But they, of course, all the pre-presses and printers out there know what I'm talking about. I know there's a few of you in my chat. You know all about that. So there you go. Now, I am old school, everybody. I am from like the 70s, 80s kind of printing, where you did it all traditionally, right? You did it all on what's called the table, and they were called strippers. Not those kind of strippers, though. What they did is they stripped together different pieces and parts of a magazine or billboard or ad. They would grab the photos and the text, and then, of course, they would put them together into layouts along with, of course, accent pieces like bars and windows and page numbers and things like that. You would do that all traditionally by hand with all the different pieces being separate, and then you would composite them together. But now, of course, we have computers that allow you to do that, so you can go into like QuarkXPress or into InDesign and do it in there. Did you know that one of the first programs I used at the place where I worked cost $10,000? The program itself cost $10,000. It's called Lightspeed, and what it did is basically what InDesign does today, and it interfaced with our $1 million computer, which basically does what Photoshop does today. That's right. If you go into Photoshop and use that clone tool where you grab from over here and you put over here, that's $1 million tool. That's right. It just costs $1 million. It's called a Hell Chromacom. That would allow you to do that kind of stuff a long time ago. Before people even knew that you could do that. Way long ago. Very, very cool stuff back in the day. I got to pioneer all of that. Use Photoshop version 1.0, Illustrator 88 from 1988. Yeah, that long ago. Illustrator is actually the basis of 99% of all programs today. Did you know the Bezier Curve tool started in Illustrator back in 1988, as well as a lot of other tools that you see today. The square tool, the one that makes rectangles and whatnot. Of course, in the entire anything that's vector-based. Vector-based art is much better than pixel-based art if you are going to enlarge it, because it has no resolution. It only has a resolution the second you print it out. So if you have a thing that you make that's this big and you want to make it the size of a building, well, guess what? As long as it's vector art, it can go ahead and size up to there, because it's just basically points and lines and numbers that describe it mathematically, right? So then you can scale it up. Now, if you take a photo and you put it into Illustrator and then you try to scale it up, that does not work, everybody. The second you make it into a photo, it becomes pixel-based. And of course, pixel-based artwork, the second you start to blow it up, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen, it starts to get blurry and fuzzy because you're making up the information. Photoshop is going in there, or whatever program you're using, is going in there and making up the pixels that are in between when you're scaling it up. And that's why it doesn't work when you scale up small photos into big photos, right? You want to start with the big photo first And you always want to start with your maximum size when it comes to pixel-based art, and then work your way down. Like in my case, if I'm going to get stream avatars done, or logos, or anything like that done, or pixel-based art, I always ask them to make a larger size, and then I can use it at different sizes based on that, right? So you always work at your maximum size. Is my best advice for all you future artists or graphic designers out there. Always start at that high size, and then you can always scale it down. Where scaling it up is actually the most difficult to do, because it's going to get blurry. It's going to be looking kind of iffy for sure. Okay, so we're all the way back to our main base here. You can see we've got our hub here, and we're going to go ahead and grab some resources. If I can remember what side I put it on over here. And I was kind of chatting it up with you guys while we were transporting around the world here. Oh, there we go. We got a bunch in there. Let's grab it all. Okay, so we need a bunch of that. And we need a bunch of iron rods, which I think we've been backlogging in here. Yes. Wow, lots of those. Let's see. What else can we go ahead and take off of us here? Oh, and we brought some rubber back. So we can turn that in as well. Let's put that in there. There we go. So now we just need our computers, but we need our plastic, and we need some other materials going to make our computers to get to that next level. Now, I can manually make the computers as well. But there's something really fun about going in. This is what this game's all about, right? It's very much a factory builder game where you're going in. Oh man, we are out of these encased industrial beams. Where are all my encased industrial beams going? Let's go look. Let's see if there's any even coming out of here. Now again, I look at everything. This game has a lot of great visual clues. Okay, it's still running. A lot of visual clues as to if you see nothing running on that belt, then you know something's up. Why is it not running? Is the power off? Does it not have enough resources? Whatever it is. But if I get up on the belt and I look and I see something coming down the belt, then I know it's still working. Now, this goes really slow, just like the other frames, but we can make it go faster. We can just gather more resources and make more machines to make more of them. And then, of course, it'll go faster. You can, instead of just having one, you have 2, 4, 5, 10, 1,000, 10,000, how many ever you want. That's what's so great. You can bring your computer to its knees in this game, everybody. Look at the size of this world. Look at this. Now, I've only done this, but look at this. I could keep building all the way off into the sunset. You could make the whole entire thing into a gigantic factory if you want, the whole world. And the world is massive. It's absolutely huge. And you can see we've got some stuff going down there as well. You can see we've got some stuff. Oh, God. I fell off. Am I going to die? Oh, lucky I put my health up. I would have died there normally. But as you can see, we got a whole bunch of stuff going along here. We got coal coming. We got the concrete going. We've got our quick wire going up there. We got tons and tons of stuff going on. I didn't mean to jump off there, but I was lucky. That was lucky I put my health up earlier when we were out and about. Okay, so let's keep at it. So we got to keep at it. We got to keep going. Let's go ahead and get a few more rounds of poles here, because we're going to do a lot of line running. And let's get over here. And let's go down the proper way by using our hypertubes. Hypertubes work really great as elevators, so you can go between levels and whatnot. In your factory. And you can actually build factories, like an actual building to put your factories in. I'm just using, obviously, just foundations right now, but we can go ahead and eventually we will build vertically, where we build from up above. Now, a lot of the stuff also, you'll see me do what's known as underrunning, where you have what's called a sandwich level or a run level, where you're running all of your resources underneath, so you don't see all of this stuff, right? Even your hypertubes can be run underneath, out of the way, where you'll never see them, and all you'll see is your actual factory running of your machines here. And you can actually hide the machines too, so you don't even need to see those. You can put those into a factory, into a building, build a building up. You never see those too. You can just see when it's coming out. And you can even cover that up as well, so you never see anything. Or you never see any of it. It's up to you. Whatever you want to build is what makes the game so incredibly, incredibly awesome. Now, we're going to go ahead and travel all the way back over there. Again, I like to work it in, my battles in while I'm doing traveling and other things. So let's go ahead and do another battle. To battle! All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and get this fired up. Put that in there. There we go. Now you guys are stepping it up. Look at that. Oh, some of you guys over here need to step it up, though. Look at that. Only one. Only one now. Come on. We got to get some more in there. We want to get everybody some loot. Maybe you caught it right at the end there. That's okay. Maybe you caught the battle right at the end. We'll get you next time. Come on. We're going to do a boss battle. Let's get some loot. Let's step it up. CMYK, baby. Love me some print design. Yes, I've done every type of design you could do, Wombat. I have 100% achievement in real life, in graphic design. I work for some of the top companies in the world. Been very, very lucky in my career. Worked very, very hard at it, though. Illustrator was super hard for me to learn during my degree. That and Flash were the bane of my existence. There you go. So glad that Flash fizzled out. Well, Flash actually became a different format now. HTML5 is taking over that Flash stuff. So you definitely still want to learn HTML5 and you want to learn a bit of the new animator. They have a really cool animator now. They've had it for a while. Adobe has an awesome animator. I would definitely look into that if you are going to be doing Flash animation and stuff like that. I still stay up on all that stuff, everybody, even though I don't do it for other people all the time. Whenever I mention I'm a graphic designer, I usually get a whisper or two. It says, Kismet, can you make me a logo? Or Kismet, can you do this, that, and the other thing? I do not do design for other people. I actually retired as a designer for doing it for other people. But that doesn't mean I can't still do it for myself, and which I do all the time here in the stream, as you can see. Now, making stuff for yourself is actually much harder than making stuff for other people. And the reason why is you're so incredibly picky about your own stuff that it usually takes twice as long as if I was doing it for someone else. Let's say, great grant reward. Let's say, Subi, it's Rob getting some love. And, wow, I'm MVP. Look at me go. We don't count me. LOC coming in MVP with a 6 assists there. Nice job. Let's keep going. And that's a boss win, everybody. That means you're getting some boss loot. Look at us. We're crushing this event. We're crushing it. We're on tier 25. Usually we get up to into the 40s. We get into the bonus levels because we're going to be doing so many. Oh, look at this. Blue chats. We're going to be doing so many battles. So let's get you guys some gold. Oh, this is all high side right here. All high side all the way to the boss. Yep, let's do it. And again, I try to keep the battles going as best I can every 30 minutes or so, but please don't get entitled. Like, "Can we hurry up and run the battle," or whatever. I hate that mentality. You know, sometimes I'm playing a game. Sometimes I'm doing something else. Sometimes I'm taking care of my real life. Like, I had to get called away last night. My kids needed my help. So they're like, "Hey, Daddy, I need my help with this thing." And I was doing that. And then I realized my alarm was going off saying, "Hey, battle, battle, battle." So I ran all the way from the downstairs, all the way upstairs, all the way into here, ran in here, did the thing and started the battle and then started another timer and then ran back out there and was helping them again. Again, that's the kind of stuff that's going on behind the screen, everybody. when I'm in battle mode, I'm running all over. I'm trying to keep the battles going. I'm running and doing videos. I'm helping out the family. Maybe we're trying to go get dinner and get that all together and all of that. That mayhem you guys don't see. You guys are just like, "Come on, Kismet, start the battle." And meanwhile, Kismet's running all over the place, or I'm mowing the lawn, or I'm doing 1,000 other things at the same time. But I try my best, everybody, because I know you guys want to get as many battles in as you can. This way you're not waiting on me too much. Let's see, what do we want to do here? Oh, we got to look at our quest first. Hold on, let's go look at our quest. Now, this little side game again for all you who are new to my stream. Side game called Stream Raiders. Oh, we got to do our legendary item. Oh, I could have used him on the boss there. Let's see. 3 battle plans. Oh, these are battle plans. Place down 3 battle plans. So I should be watching this. Yeah, let's do some battle plans. Destroy 3 robots. Okay, that's going to happen. And busters today. Okay, so place busters, battle plans. We're on it. Let's go ahead and place down a buster. Now, it's very important to watch out. I get these mixed up when I'm doing these quests. This is like volatile buster, and this is a flying buster. This flying buster is not what they're talking about. They're talking about the regular buster. So if you put the other one in there, the legendary, it doesn't count toward your quest. So I got to make sure I put the right one in. Like sometimes it says musketeer, and I put the wrong one in. Let's see if I put the right one in today. I'm going to go down here by Riverdog and blow this stuff up. There we go. See, that's how you know you put down the right one, because it'll tell you right up there. All right, there we go. Now, this is really fun. This guy is literally a bomb. He's literally a bomb. He's going to run in there and blow up against all those mobs in there, which is pretty fun. A lot of fun units in this game. All right, back to it. One of my quests is for 3 battle plans. You can do those. Oh, I forgot to do the battle plan. Look at that. Look, 10 seconds. I already forgot what I was doing. To battle! 10 seconds. I already forgot I was doing a battle plan. All right. The battle plan is stand there where you're already standing and stand there. All right. Awesome. That's a deep battle plan right there, everybody. Go there and go there where you're already at. All right, back to it. Yeah, one of the biggest problems I find, Wombat and everybody else in the chat, is in my day, I know, here we go, the old man thing. In my day, what they did is they didn't teach you programs. Right now, what they do is they say, oh, you want to be a graphic designer? Hold on, let me teach you Illustrator, let me teach you Photoshop. That's not how to be a graphic designer. This is how you be a graphic designer. Color theory, tertiary colors, primary colors. How does printing work? Well, how is paper made? What is the different strengths of paper? How does it absorb ink? What are cutters? What are die cuts? What's trapping? What is all of those things? Those are the actual concepts that make up the programs. If they don't teach you those concepts, and I see it all the time. I have people who are graphic designers who don't know a lot of that basic stuff. Right? They know how to use Illustrator, but they don't understand about coloring. They don't understand about white space. They don't understand about all those. Those are the principles of design. You got to understand the principles of design first, work your way backwards from knowing the principles of why you're doing the thing to do the thing. Just using Photoshop and just using Illustrator is irrelevant if you don't understand the concepts of why design is necessary and why you have certain rules. And sometimes you can break those rules in graphic design. I do all the time. But you should follow the rules until you understand the rules, and then feel free to go off the rails and do your own thing, because that's what makes design great, is having your own unique design, right? You might, when you're a painter, you might learn to paint by watching someone else paint and, do Bob Ross or something like that. Get the fundamentals of it down. And then once you get the fundamental of it down, then do your own thing. Go off on your own tangent, because that's going to come from inside you. As an artist, the most amazing thing that I see in art is something that is not a replicant of something else, that is a truly original, that comes from that person and that person alone. Because, my father used to do doodles, right? He's an artist for a very long time. And so is my mom. Mom's an artist as well. He passed away about 5 years ago. But what he would do is he would do these doodles. And he would draw out these doodles. I saw my daughter do it the other day. She's like because my father passed away when they were real young. But she did very similar. She's an artist as well. So she would draw just something from inside her that she feels like drawing, right? It's not a copy of something else. It's not someone else's artwork. It's not a painting that they're doing. It's something that is uniquely them. And whenever he would do those doodles, it would be the most amazing thing, because it would be something uniquely just to him. Right? And that's what I love about art, and I love about stuff that's unique. Even if it's odd and strange and whatnot, if you're a true artist, you want people to express themselves in a way that is uniquely them. And that's my biggest suggestion to you, any of you artists out there, or future graphic designers, or whatever you're going to do, whether it's music or anything like that, is to find your unique art, your unique way of doing it. And not everyone's going to like it, because, believe me, as an artist, you get more criticism than in any other field. You're going to get lots and lots of criticism. And you're going to have to take some of that criticism. You're not going to agree with it. And sometimes it's good criticism, and sometimes people it's not their thing, right? It's not their thing. They're not into it, or they don't know about graphic design. They don't know what it's supposed to look like. They don't know why it's like that, right? And I don't explain it to people anymore. If someone comes to me and says, Kismet, I want 1% more yellow in this particular layout, I'll be like, okay, there you go, 1% yellow. Now, the human eye cannot perceive more than a 3% change or less than a 3% change in any color. So if you go in and you change it to 1% more yellow, no one's going to know the difference. And see, knowing the principles, knowing that is very important as a designer, right? So if you go in and make just the most minorest of change, most of the time you won't see the difference. Now, there actually is sometimes that actually will make a difference when you're using multiple colors. It's called rich black. Where you're using 60% black, 40% cyan, 40% magenta to do, or not 60%, sorry, 60% cyan. There we go, 60% cyan, 40 yellow, 40 magenta, and of course 100 black. And what it does is, instead of it just being kind of more of a grayer black, it's a real thick, rich black that makes it look really dense, and it makes it beautiful. But of course, it costs more money to print it that way. But it's really beautiful, especially when you're doing a regular black with a rich black next to each other, and you're creating like a shape in there. And so you have this black, both colors are black, but this one actually looks darker to the eye, which creates a halo effect in there. It's really, really cool. I've done a lot of that, dull and gloss varnishes and all sorts of amazing stuff, everybody. Those are the principles that you need to know. You know the principles before you know the programs, right? Same thing in animation, right? Frame by frame animation. Of course, the 7 old men, if you don't know who they are the founders of a lot of the Disney stuff, like Cinderella and stuff like that, on how motion works, how animation works, all the squash and stretch and stuff like that. I would understand the principles first before I get into anything. Doesn't matter what you get into. I don't care if it's basket weaving. Why are you making the basket in the first place? Why? Why do people make baskets? You ever wonder? To hold stuff, right? I'm sure you already know that. But why are you doing the design? The whys are the most important thing. And that's why I always talk about the whys here on the stream. Why am I running these lines? Why am I doing a certain thing? Because the whys are always the more important than the hows. The hows, the how is the program. But the why is the principles that I just talked about in graphic design. The why are you putting this particular object here and not down here in this corner, or up here in this corner, or over here? Well, when you're in the United States, we read from left to right. But in other countries, they don't. They read from top to down, right? Good to know that as well, right? What country is your ad going to be shown in, right? I've had ads showed all over the world. Yeah, I've had them on the side of the freeway. I've had billboards, all that kind of stuff that I've done over the years. And that's awesome, man. That's awesome. You're driving down the freeway and you look up and you're like, man, I did that. I did that ad. I did that poster, that billboard. That's fun stuff when you're young. Now, when you get older, once you've seen it once, you're like, all right, that's cool. What's next, right? What's next I'm going to do in my life? So, that's a lot of fun stuff as you go along. So hopefully that inspires you to go out and do what you love to do. And again, don't just learn the programs, learn the principles, right? That's what's most important. There we go. That was handy. Darren says, hey, yep, how you doing? Yep. I think that's how you say that. Hi, how you doing? Thanks for coming in, hanging out in the stream. Sometimes while I'm doing just line running right here, I do like to talk about real life stuff, as I do all the time. We call it Kids Talk. It's a lot of fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, you're going to see I'm going to start to run these lines separately from my hypertube. The reason why I'm going to do that is because I'm going to take this part out here, and this will just give me kind of an idea of where I'm going with it. Clipping! No clipping! We don't do no stinking clipping up in here. No. Bad game. No. Well, it's really not the game's fault. It's my fault because I ran that too low. And it's clipping through that thing. I cannot stand it clipping, everybody. There's certain things I will let slide, but clipping is not one of them. Oh, no, we left some resources up there, too. We'll fix that in a minute. The other thing I don't like stuff is floating. I don't like stuff floating, and I don't like stuff clipping. Sometimes my ability to click buttons is difficult. Why did I do the bottom one? I talk about all the time to do the top one first, and then I start talking, and then I do the very thing I say not to do. Don't do the top one first, then the bottom one, because the bottom one obstructs your ability to do the top one. There we go. All right, we're just leaving resources everywhere now. We'll fix all these resources here in a minute. I'll show you a great trick on getting these. There we go. Okay. You can actually just go up the side here, aim toward this box right here, and then pick that up. Boom. Now, I've got a bunch of extra stuff here. I'm actually going to just see if I can get rid of something here. Oh, man, I hate to get rid of any of this stuff. Let's get rid of the beacons. I don't need the beacons right now. We'll just trash those, and we'll take this out here. I don't like leaving those boxes around. That also triggers me. I don't like leaving the boxes. See if we can get it from here. Oh, it's just a little bit too far. See if we get up here on top. Oh, God. Nope. All right, fine. Make me build a conveyor pole to go up there. Oh, I could have actually built a ladder, too. Fine. Build a conveyor pole. Go up there. Grab the resources so that doesn't drive me crazy. All right, there we go. I know it's a little nitpicky, but still, if you're going to do it right. Okay. So we're going to run that down. Now, we're not going to run it on our hypertube. Now, why are we not going to run it on the hypertube? And that's because when you're riding the hypertube, you're going to see nothing but that. But also, my hypertubes are at different distances. You see how far that distance is between the support over there and this support? This is way further. It's actually double the distance that my conveyors can go. My conveyors can go 6 foundations. This can go 12 plus. So it's not going to work out mathematically in the long run anyway. So we might as well just, do it right by running it separately. And then also when we're riding the hypertube, it won't be obstructing our view. We're going to bring this way down like that. There we go. All right. We're going to try to sneak that under there. And then every time we do this, we got to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, as you're going down angles and things like that, it will affect the distance, right? Like right here, see, I'm going across and then I'm going down like that. I'm just going to be above that, right? So it made it. Very nice. And so again, most things in this game, by the way, are roughly that thing, right? It's actually a little bit further than 6, but I like to use that as a kind of standard metric, which really helps me a lot. Now, you saw how far I went in that hypertube. We're going to have to spend some time. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can... Oh, hello. You can go in and... do all the poles first if you want, and then come back and do the conveyors. I like to do it as I go, because what I'm really doing here is I'm actually bringing the materials along with me as I'm going across. Right? I'm trying to do it right this time. I'm doing the bottom one first and then the top one. Or no, I'm doing it backwards. Should do the top one, then the bottom one. My bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. All right. There's a lot of rinse and repeat, everybody. Again, your time is your most valuable thing in anything that you do in life. Still doing the bottom one first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to turn. So let's go ahead and just do 4 on that one. We can turn. Top one first, Kismet. Stop it. Top one first. There we go. Top one first. There we go. Now, when we turn the corner here, what we're going to do is we're going to put kind of a little corner rotation here. Like that. And then just run these so we can change the direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right to here. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. If you can make it land on the high side, has a tendency to work a bit better. Now, these things are right in my way here. Now, I do got a chainsaw. Ah, didn't quite have enough. So close. So close. Now, what you can do is you can make fuel for your item here, no matter where you are in the world. You can put down yourself a craft bench if you have the materials for it. You can go in, and hopefully I've got some stuff. Oh, I don't have any. Let's go in and collect some items down here. Let's pick up some leaves like this. Oh, thanks so much for the follow. Appreciate that. Okay, what's up, Milk? Thanks for hanging out. That's interesting, Dave. All right, we'll go ahead and see this. I wonder what the origin of that name is. I wonder if they work on a farm or something cool like that. I always wonder cool names like that. All right. We got to go pick up some leaves here, everybody. So we're going to go pick up some leaves and whatnot. Oh, I can't pick any of this up. What the heck? There we go. Some of it you can pick up, and some of it you have to use the chainsaw to cut down. So I'm just trying to pick up a little bit. Oh, hello. Hello. Now, see, when you're doing this kind of stuff... Oh, I don't have enough space. There we go. 20 leaves. When you're doing this kind of stuff, that's when the mobs sneak up on you and try to kill you. So, keep a weather eye. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're biomass leaves. And again, too much stuff on me here. Oh, man. Always so much stuff on me. What to get rid of, what to get rid of. Oh, so it's such hard decisions. I'm not getting rid of heavy modular frames. All right, we'll say rotors. Because we got to make some biomass leaves. There we go. And then from those biomass leaves, we can make some biofuel. Now, you can also automate all of this. And I've got a bunch of this back in my base. I just didn't bring it with me because I didn't know I was going to need it. But we'll make a bunch of it here for our chainsaw so we can cut down trees that might be in the way. Now, you can't actually affect the terrain itself. You can't adjust the terrain. But you can go in and you can cut down these trees that might be making your stuff clip through it. Boom, like that. Then maybe this one too. Now the cool thing is I just went and used some of those leaves to make fuel, which allows me to use my chainsaw to cut that down, which allows me to make more fuel. If you get the idea, it's a great circle connection there that does happen in a lot of the game mechanics. So let's go ahead and get the top one. Again, look how nice it is to run this. You can run this from really far away. It's very precise. I always click it when it's on the wrong one. There we go. Thought I had it there. There we go. That's just me and my oversensitive mouse. I have it set very sensitive for when I'm playing games like Fallout 76 or any kind of shooting games, and I'm just too lazy to change it or create another set for when I'm in Satisfactory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's low on my priority list of getting done, everybody. I'm doing other things like making videos and doing emotes and upgrading the stream and doing all of that stuff. Those are my higher priority items. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or actually, we'll just go right over here. Let's see if we can go across here. Maybe here. This is probably going to be too far. Probably going to be a bit far, but we'll try it anyway. We'll see if we luck out. Nah, I got it. Oh, that was lucky. It just so happens that that particular angle is less than 6 foundations. I knew it was going to be pretty close. All right, let's keep going. Again, we're walking our resources down the line here. I'm going to go ahead and say about halfway through the foundation there. Grab the top one first. Again, it's going to be a lot less annoying if you grab the top one first and then do the bottom one as opposed to doing the top one, bottom one first and then doing the top one is awkward. And that's why I typically say to do that. But then sometimes I get in the habit of doing the very same thing. Got to kind of train yourself. Train yourself to do it the proper way and it'll be much less frustrating. Now, in this particular one, since this is such a high distance, I'm not going to go the full 6. I'm just going to go up to the top here. This way it won't clip through my foundations when I'm running my conveyors. And again, this is way out here. And when you start in the forest area, I actually think the forest area now is one of the hardest places to actually start. Oh, and there's a node right here, too. We got to watch out for that node. There's another node over there. Huh. We probably have to go under there. Let's cut over just a bit so we can go under that thing. The reason why I need to go under is there's 2 nodes there I might tap into later. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Up there I did it again. Like bottom first and then top. Bad Kismet. Bad Kismet. But what I'm going to do is try to... Oh, doggo! Look out, doggo. I'm going to try to run this under this to get it to cross over to the other side. In between the 2 nodes. See, I've got a node on that side and a node on that side. And so we'll think of the future, just in case we want to utilize those nodes. These nodes are way out here, though. But I could use those nodes and then run the resources back, either the raw resources or what I'll make out of them. Now, I typically will, and then we'll just switch sides here. Put this one on this side. I typically, oh, what's up, Fred? I haven't seen you in a little bit. That's Fred. That's my friend Fred. He runs around, gets into trouble, usually standing in my base when I'm trying to build. That's what he does. He's like a gigantic dog that's always in your way. Speaking of doggo, a little lizard doggo there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that when I'm working on stuff, I typically like to work from the node. So if I'm going to make, say, copper, right? I'm going to work at the node and then take the finished item, like in this case, instead of running the oil all the way back there, which I don't think is all that useful. I would rather run the actual finished product. In this case, you can see I'm running rubber and the other thing, plastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. So I'm running the finished product instead, which I feel is way more efficient time-wise, because this does take a long time to go in and run all these lines and whatnot. Now, one of the cool things we're going to do eventually, though, after we're done doing this, is actually put in trains, and then the train will go and grab it and bring it back way faster, because the train is actually the fastest transport in the game, depending on whether you're going up or down in a hypertube. You can actually outrun the train if you're going down in a hypertube. I've also seen some other things that where you can make your hypertube go insanely fast and shoot you out of there, and usually probably cause you to die if you run into anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, that's perfect right there. And then again, we'll cross back over the other way. Now see, that's a problem when it clips right there. Well, if I see it clipping, nope. Nope, nope, nope. So we can sneak it in right here. That's a little better. That's better. All right. And what's up, Fred? Hey, what did I say? Every time I'm building, Fred's all up in my business. Oh, belt is... Oh, wow. Look at that. It's literally... It says it connects, but it's literally like half a inch there too long, and that's because I'm coming up. That's something I was talking about earlier. Where it's because I'm coming up that distance there. So let's go down here first. Again, the angle of your foundation does affect the distance at which you can run your conveyor belts. Now, the conveyor belts are actually the most efficient way to run it where it'll never stop, right? So it doesn't use power to run your conveyors, at least not yet. I don't know. They might add it to the game sometime. They haven't done it so far. So it doesn't take any power. And so you can run these as far as you want, and they will basically just keep consistently running and running and running that stuff. Let's take out this stuff here. There we go. See how it AoE'd and took everything out at one time? I love that. And so it's very important to understand that about that. Oh, God. When I run that line, it might have a problem. Let's see. Nope. Don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. Not doing it. All right. How about this? Watch this little trick. Oh, I think to put it down there. I didn't mean to put it there. Miss clicky clicky. Put this over to there. Take this one out. And this one down there. Bring that up to there. There we go. All right, looking good. So plastic on the top, rubber on the bottom, and we're getting going. We got a long way to go, everybody. We're gonna keep on going. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's see if we can get it up this hill here. I find this very relaxing, everybody. If you want a nice, relaxing, chill game, though mobs do attack you from time to time as you're running along. I've already cleared all the mobs multiple times, so that's why I'm not getting attacked every 2 seconds. But this is very chill. We're just running lines. You know, you want a nice, relaxing game where you're just like, you know, putting together a big old factory and figuring cool ways of running your stuff. This is very cool for that. So I like to, just chill while you're doing this part, right? While you're doing the line run. Don't be so stressed about it. Just take your time. Do it little piece by piece. Watch out for baddies, though. Like right here, there's usually a guy that comes after me. He's way over there. He's way over that way. Let's see if we can get this all the way to the top here. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Now, by the way, you don't have to even count. You can just keep going until it starts to do that. See how it's separating? And that'll tell you your maximum distance. Notice it's a little bit further than 6. So we'll go ahead and put it right here. Put a little in-between one there. Now, also, don't forget that mobs can be up above you, too, and they can jump down on you. Especially spiders are really notorious for doing that. Jumping down and trying to kill you. And then we'll go ahead and finish this by bringing that up to the top. And then we'll turn it. Definitely going to be worth it, everybody. Going to be worth it for sure. Because, man, we are going to be just bringing tons and tons of resources back to our primary base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that's a nice spot. Let's see if it actually reaches. Oh, see, I do a lot of this misclicking. Like, I feel like I have it. I'm pressing the button, and while I'm pressing the button, the mouse moves. I like it to be sensitive on first-person shooters, but sometimes you might want to crank down your sensitivity on your mouse on this particular game. I'm a living example of that, is the fact that it will, right when you click, it'll click and move at the same time, which means you misclick a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you do have a mouse that can be programmed, like mine, you can program it for different games. Have, maybe more sensitive in one game, less sensitive in another game. I just have it under my one set here, and I just live with the fact that I'll misclick from time to time, and I just take it back out because I didn't waste any resources in this particular game. If you accidentally put it in there and then you take the item back out, you're fine. You get all the resources back again. Alrighty. Getting a little one step closer. And we'll do that battle here in just a moment. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's call this 6. I'm always counting in my head when I'm doing conveyors. Now, if you're really smart and you know you're going to do this later, what you would do is you would count 6 even if you're doing your hypertubes. And that's because later on when you come back to do your conveyors, your hypertubes would already be placed perfectly 6 out. Or you run a conveyor anyway. You just run one conveyor line while you're running your hypertubes. And you run your hypertubes over the top. Because when you're in the hypertube, for some reason, they make you go third person. But when you're when you're walking around, you're first person. Really, it should be you're in first person when you're in the hypertube, because otherwise it shows you what's above the hypertube, and sometimes you're just running through the conveyor the whole time. Now, again, remember this game is early access, so this may all change over time. Who knows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's get this corner in here, and then we'll do a battle. Now, some of these items, you might go, well, Kismet, I can't take it out because my chainsaw won't let me take it out. Well, there's actually explosives in the game, too, in which you can take out items with those explosives. Like, there's an item right here that's in my way. Made me think of that. See, I can't use my chainsaw on it. So I can try to come in and use explosives on it. Now, will that work on that? I actually don't remember. I don't remember because some of these you can't take them out, and some of them you can. Especially some plants and things like not these things here, but there's a little plants that open up. If you throw explosive at those, dynamite, you can blow it up and be good to go. So I don't want to run it through the middle of this if I can't take it out. So I'm going to go through and try to sneak it through right over there like this. Important to know those mechanics while you're running your stuff. And this one I'm just going to bridge all the way across See here? And we'll call that corner done. All right. Now, great little trick in the game. If you get in trouble or if you're going to AFK, make sure to get up nice and high. So less mobs are going to attack you, hopefully, while you're in there. And my Kismet, why do you have a coffee cup? Well, first, the name of the game developer is called, and publisher is called Coffee Stain. So, of course, they're going to have a coffee cup. But also, it's so you're not running around with this in your face the whole time while you're trying to build, right? That makes it tough to build with a big chainsaw in your way. And there's no key to put your item away, which usually you hit R and would put the thing away. But that's why we use that. A lot of people, we used to use the barrel nut, where we'd run around with the barrel nut so we'd have it blocked, so we could just switch to that. Nice and easy. Hey, there's Reaper. How you doing, Reaper? So I was talking about you earlier, how you were helping me out in the game. Good morning to you. Thanks for hanging out. And again, thank you, Milk, for the follow. EMZRT in the chat. What's up? Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Let's go ahead and do another battle. To battle. All right, we're going to do a battle. Let's fire it up. All right, how we doing over here? Oh, all right, some peeps need to step it up over here. We need to step it up, everybody. Come on now. I see you. I see you just putting one unit down in there. Now, of course, you might have just came into the chat. That's okay, but I'm watching you guys today. Come on, I want to see you guys step it up. We're going to need a lot of units. Now, if we do hit 100 units, by the way, I will give you 1,000 Kiz Caps toward the giveaway. Did you miss out on the free skin yesterday? Did you miss out on the giveaway? Oh, you should have been here. That's why you should be at every single stream. I give away stuff all the time. You never know. I might give away some more stuff today. Let's go. Let's battle it out. Let's get it going on. Oh, you're welcome, ENZRT. You've been crushing those giveaways, man. Congrats. Been crushing those giveaways. I love giving stuff away, everybody. I feel like it's really fun. I won these Razer Kakaris headphones a long time ago from Swifty, which my wife immediately, because she's a big audiophile, she loves music and all that stuff, she immediately confiscated. That's why I'm using my little Apple headphones. Because she took that. Now, I do have some other headphones and ice mats that I have bought. But I typically don't use headphones anymore because they push in on my head. And because of my vertigo, I do have issues when I wear them too long. So I do like these ones. And I do like my wireless ones, which I need to get back to. But the problem with my wireless ones is like about 4 hours into the stream, I have to switch to them. But I do have them right over here. My little wireless headphones. The little Apple one. They're in there. And I have another one which actually has my name on it. Oh, it's over here. Which was given to me by the awesome Insfer, I think it was. It actually says my name on there. There we go. Pretty cool. I got to get back to using those. I do like using the wireless ones because sometimes I do get up. You know, when I go AFK, I get up and I still have it. I go, oh, you get that. You get that. Oh, my ears. Right when you step up and you forget you have your earphones in. Happens to me from time to time. Grant rewards, especially when I'm like trying to rush while I'm, while I'm AFK and trying to get a bunch of stuff done and then running back. Let's see, John Boy again getting some loot. Rotisserie G getting some love. And Cookie Manga, there you are, Cookie Manga, bringing in the 12 kills. Bringing in the big W. Nice job. Oh, another tier done. Oh, look, more legendary scrolls. Nice. Nice. All right, keep bringing those legendaries in. I might get my first legendary to maximum there. My wizard is 24. He's my highest level one right now. Okay, what are we doing? I think we're putting down some more bombers, and then we got to do our orc one because he needs to cool down for a while. So I feel like I'll go full-on postal legendary Orc Slayer. Let's go, because the Orc Slayer takes like half a day to cool down because he's a legendary. So we got to get him in there at least a couple times today. I didn't get him in enough yesterday. So I don't even know if I'm going to get that quest done. But oh well. Now again, remember, put down as many units as you can. You put down one every 5 minutes, at least your basic units. Of course, your other ones take longer to cool down. But again, put down as many as you can. The more you put down, the more rewards that everybody gets in the stream. And that's how we work. We work together as a team. That's why we're called the Teamwork Tycoons. The more everybody works together to put down as many units as you can, the more random loot it's going to allow me to give out to you guys. So there we go. Let's do it. My wife lays claim to many things, says Reaper. Like every t-shirt I've gotten at work, I may get to wear them once, then they magically become hers to sleep in. Well, there you go. See, that happens to me all the time. I worked for Apple for many years. All of my Apple stuff, she confiscated. Also, my Twitch stuff, because it's purple. She loves purple. So, of course, you know, she takes a lot of my Twitch shirts and things like that I get. So that's why I have to get stuff in other colors, everybody. That's why I have the black jacket. Otherwise, she would take it. And that's okay. You know, it's a funny thing that happens. I don't mind if she enjoys some of my stuff, which is nice. It's a nice thing, you know, to give your spouse something special that, you know, is from you and from what you've done. But yeah, she has a lot of my Apple shirts and a lot of my Apple swag that I got while working there. Very, very fun. All right, down here, and we go, everybody. Let's keep it going on. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, perfecto. Look at that, right as we hit the corner. That is nice. Top one first. Now, one of the things that bugs me in this game, and there's very few things to do, my light always goes off. Drives me crazy. When I do certain things or a certain time or whatever it is, I don't know what causes my light to go off, but it drives me crazy. Once I turn it on, I want it on all the time. Just leave it on. Not like I run out of batteries or something. Just leave it on. Don't turn my light off unless I turn it off. Getting a little feisty. Usually when you change weapons or you do something, it'll turn your light off on your character. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and perfecto up on the next level. Nice. Again, just running some resources through the forest, everybody. This is a lot of fun. See, I do this for endless hours. I can just go and go and go. You know, start playing at 5 o'clock on a Friday, and then, oh my God, it's 4:30 in the morning on a Monday. Yeah, that's how this is right here. Because you just want to do that one more thing, right? I just want to run that one more line of iron or one more line of plastic or whatever it is you're doing in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right there. Ah, look at that parrot. Coming through, bro. Oh, I can see my space elevator off in the distance. That means we're edging ever so closer. Now, again, this can be way easier when we run the train tracks instead, because I'm going to run the train tracks up real high. And then it'll come out here and it'll grab all these resources for us in the future. And let's just go ahead and make a nice little corner here. Right there. And we're just working our way across. Now, again, this game is multiplayer. 1, 2, 3, 6. Man, that's working out good. This game is multiplayer, so you can play with multiple people if you want. They don't have servers yet, but when they do, you know we're going to create a gigantic mega server for sure. For surezies. And get that going on. But I do have it open, so if you want to come join me in-game, feel free to come on in. Of course, keep in mind to be respectful. Don't tear other people's stuff down and so on and so forth. Obviously, don't be, if I'm running these lines, don't be standing right here running the lines and doing the same thing that I'm doing. It's much better to find things and ways you can work together. when you're doing projects like this. It's like, what could I be doing? Okay, I could be, I'm running the lines. While I'm running the lines, you could be running hypertubes, or you could be going out collecting resources, or you could be working on tapping into other nodes and bringing in other resources and whatnot. Communication is vitally important when you're working in a team. You don't want to be, that guy that comes in and says, look, I can do it better than you, and then you tear somebody else's thing down and you make it better than what they do without saying anything. Well, I tore your stuff down and I made it better because what you did sucked, right? You don't want to do that, bro. You don't want to do that. That is not cool. That is a fast way to make everybody in the team hate you. Do not do that stuff. You want to make sure you're communicating, saying, hey, Kismet, what can I work on? Or Kismet, I'm interested in working on quartz. Can I do the quartz? Yeah, sure, go do the quartz. I'm over here running rubber and plastic. If you're working on quartz, that'd be much more efficient because then we'd be doing two things at the same time as opposed to doing the same thing. This is something I talk about quite often on stream. To make everybody feel a vital part of the team. And some people just don't get it. They just don't understand. I feel like I'm always re-explaining that all the time. And people just don't get it. Well, why wouldn't someone want me to come and do it for them? Well, because they want to do it. They want to do the thing, right? Like I want to run these lines. So if someone came in here and did the same exact thing that I did, and ran the lines for me, well, thank you. I appreciate it. But still, I wanted to run the lines. I wanted to do it too, right? I want to participate in the game. So understanding that participation is a vital thing. If you're a leader of a group like me, you have 800 plus members, or even if you have only 5 members, remember to make every person feel a vital part of that team. And so they get to be part of the participation, and then also get the reward of saying, look, I worked on this. This is part of what I did. This is amazing. And what we did together, we did even better because because when you're working together, you can do stuff at much a larger scale and do things that are truly awesome. As you see us do our Valheim this Friday and Saturday, where we're building our gigantic mega castle. I call it the Tycoon HQ castle now. And then, of course, we're actually making a village with also giant docks for all of our stuff, and we're going to make plots out there where people can come in and build out houses and all sorts of fun stuff, and even other things which we have some ideas for, which I don't want to give away, but one of them I can give away, which is like a market in the center of the town, and then from that market we'll create houses and things like that in there. I might even create a house myself. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yes, that kind of fun teamwork is always fun. So again, if you want to join me, whether it's Satisfactory or Astroneer or for something like 7 Days to Die, when we play that again, I've been looking forward to playing Alpha 20 when that drops. Gonna be awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say right here. And sometimes you'll see me stop short just because it's an angle thing. It's like when I'm angling it down, I don't want to clip through anything. Because if I put that down too far, it'll clip through my foundations or anything else that might be in the way. And so I'll angle it. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Again, you can do this for endless hours. Endless hours. But this is going to help us get one step closer to our trains and one step closer to our tier 7 and then on to tier 8 eventually. 1, 2, 3, 6. Now we're hitting our stride now. Hitting our stride. So now if you're also playing this as a solo game or if you're just playing offline and whatnot, it's kind of cool to turn on some music, right? Some music that keeps you motivated and building and stuff like that. I love doing that. I actually love playing games with music, but sadly, the music companies feel like they're going to be jerks and make it where no one can play music anymore in games, apparently. I say that the game company should just say, well, screw you then. We'll go get our own music and have our own music made for all of our games so people can stream it with the games, because that really affects the feel of the game, I feel. Satisfactory has some great music. Now, I don't know if the music in Satisfactory, I would imagine it would be copyrighted to Satisfactory. I'm sure I could go, if it was made by Coffee Stain and they own the rights to it, that I could go to Coffee Stain and say, hey, is it okay if I use your music or whatever? But it's too much of a hassle. I can just turn it off and then I don't have to worry about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, one of the things that I've seen that people are penny wise and dollar foolish, right? I'm sure a lot of you have heard that term. If you've never heard that term, what that means is that everybody is worrying about the pennies and missing out on the dollars, right? See, that's what the record company is doing. They're missing out. They're trying to get those extra little pennies, but they could be getting way more, because I can't tell you how many songs that I have bought by hearing it on a stream, or hearing it in a game, or hearing it by the radio or something like that, right? So by them not trying to find a solution and just blanket screwing everybody over out of millions of hours. You got to think that's millions of hours of content, because a lot of people took, because I've played Fallout 4 and I know I've walked past a radio and that radio was on. It wasn't my fault. I wasn't purposely playing the song in the Fallout. It just happened to be in the game. And so you can be DMCA'd for that stuff. So of course I had to delete every single thing off because of that particular problem. Now, the smarter thing for them to do is say, look, we found this problem in the content. Here is our solution, right? Come up with a solution. Well, a big streamer who's going to play music on their stream, they got to pay this much, right? A small streamer who's only using it on a much limited capacity, they can pay this much. Or you can go ahead and make it where you can just turn it like they did in Tropico, which is a big genius move on Tropico's move, is you can just say, click the royalty-free button. And then it changes all the music to royalty-free music. So if you are playing it with music on your stream, you can. So big shout out to Calypso over there for coming up with that. It's a brilliant idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I always find it would be smarter for them to work with streamers and work with Twitch and work with people like that than just to be harsh, right? A cease and desist is a much better way of going about something than to just hardcore going to ban you off the channel, going to ban you off of Twitch or ban you off of YouTube or ban you off of whatever. I feel like that's a real big D, being a big D move, right? And so here's what you do. In response to that, when people do that kind of corporate bull crap like that, here's what you do. You stop using their services. You stop using their product, right? Like if you got a cable company, and a lot of people now, they only have one cable company around, so they can't choose another one. But if you have a choice between one company and another, and one company is a total jerk, and they're terrible at customer service, and they're really harsh like that, here's what you do. You tell them with your wallet. You tell them with your wallet. You stop buying their products. That's right. You just literally stop buying their products. And thus, it gives them a little hint. Hey, guess what? If enough people do this, you're going to go out of business. So you got to make a choice. Or, of course, you give them feedback on it. Now, I don't believe in feedback of like, you suck and this sucks and that sucks. But I definitely will tell it to them straight and tell them, yo, you're still using that archaic formula you used back in the 60s and the 70s and in the 80s. Instead of kind of getting with the times. It would be much smarter for them to get with the times, to work together with creators, right? To do that. Because not all creators are making that mistake of playing copyrighted music. They're not doing it intentionally. Intent is a huge, huge thing to figure out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A lot of those people, but you can't claim this, by the way. You can't claim ignorance of the law. You got to educate yourself in the law. You can't say, well, I didn't know I can't play that music, right? That does not work. What you need to do is you need to say, well, hey, cease and desist, don't do it. Oh, hey, no problem. I won't do that again, bro. I didn't know, right? I feel like you can be really harsh about something, or you can be more cooperative about something. Right? And I feel like that is something that they just went really harsh on. And then Twitch didn't have a proper response to it. I tried to tell them. I've been in production for a long time. I've worked in the corporate space for a long time. I tried to tell them, hey, look, this is what you need to do. You need to make a download button before you make a delete button. You make a download button for people like Coke Carnage who have such a huge backlog. They have like years, 10 years worth of clips on there that he literally had to nuke. He had to nuke every one of those. I'm sure he doesn't have them all backed up, and he said it on Twitter that he didn't have it all backed up. And so that is literally all these moments, all these millions and millions of hours worth of stuff that got deleted that could have been very easily downloaded and then checked. Or even better, you say, look, hey, here's a warning. Here's a warning on all this past content. We're going to Godfather you in on this past content, and we're going to say, look, this content is not acceptable. We're going to ask you to take it down, and we're going to ask you to fix it and take our music out of there. Right? If it was, say you walk by it in a game, it wasn't intentional, you didn't play the music on purpose, or even if you do play it on purpose, it would be much better to work together as a team. And this is why the whole team thing is a whole circle back, everybody. There's a whole circle back. It's much better to work with others as a team than to be an a-hole. Right? And you can choose to be one or the other. You can't be both. You either do it the a-hole way or you do it the cooperative way. I prefer the second one myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I prefer to work with other people than to just be so incredibly harsh and whatnot. Now, sometimes I am a bit harsh. At least some people will perceive it that way, where I don't mess around. If you're disrespectful, if you're really rude and disrespectful, I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want you in my channel. I don't want to listen to it in the chat. I am past the age in which I put up with people. And you know what? You don't have to put up with those people either. Of course, maybe at work, maybe your boss is a jerk, or maybe you got people at work that drive you crazy. But you don't have to put up with those people, especially on your personal time. This is like my personal time, everybody. I don't make a dime doing this. So when people are rude and obnoxious and all of that stuff, I don't put up with it. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to take their negativity and put it on your shoulder and carry it around like it's some sort of burden, because that's what they try to do. They're trying to put all of their issues and problems and whatever on you, so you have to carry it around so you feel just as miserable as them. Don't let them do that to you, everybody. Keep that positivity going. Keep that love going. And if you're having a rough day, come into my channel. I'll show you some love up in here for sure. Speaking of, let's keep counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, look at this, everybody. Look, we've been diligently working, and we can see our end goal right over there. Right over there. We're just going to keep it going, though. Keep this rock and rolling. Thanks for the love in the chat there. I saw you in there. Fishy4VR, thanks for coming in and hanging out. This game is actually awesome in VR. I actually do, speaking of VR, great topic to bring up. I do actually have the Sony Vive VR one, the older one, not the brand new one. And it is awesome. And even if you have issues like with dizziness like me, I have a constant vertigo or ear imbalance, which makes me dizzy all the time. You can use it actually sitting down. And I've played it for many, many hours sitting down. I played Fallout 4 VR, which actually is one of my favorite VR games. Incredibly awesome when the Pridwin comes in. You know, if you ever played Fallout 4, there's a certain segment in there once you take over a police station and you kind of progress the game of the main storyline. What happens is the Pridwin comes over, which is a giant flying balloon, basically, or a flying airship that comes up over the head, and you see the copters come in. It is awesome. It is awesome. Now, the biggest problem with VR on Twitch is the fact that you can't see it in VR. And so it's awesome for me as I'm playing it, and you guys can kind of get the vibe of it, but it's really not as good. It's not as good as if you were watching Twitch in VR. That would be awesome because you could see what I'm seeing in 3 dimensions, right? That would be even more cool. So hopefully at some point, I'm sure that's a low priority for them right now, but hopefully someday I can play a VR game and you could watch it in VR on your end. That would be neato. That would be awesome. I'd love to sit and watch some VR streams myself. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 5 right there. Just to kind of turn that corner a little bit. could have also just cut straight across there. Could have done that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're hitting a corner, so we're just going to do 4 right there. And then right there. It's a long way to run stuff, everybody. That's why I like using trains. Because you can run trains for a real long way. One of the cool things about trains as well in this game, if you notice my power lines along the outside here that I've run already to run the power all the way out there, is that train lines actually run power as part of the tracks. So you don't have to actually run a separate power line like I've got here. So when I do come back for trains, we will use that as the power line and take all these power lines out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. Little by little, everybody. Again, this is what gets it done, both in real life and in game. You work on it just a little by little. Speaking of, thank you very much for that follow. Happy Soda coming in, becoming the latest Teamwork Tycoon. Welcome, everybody. If you are new to my stream, my name is Kismet. I'm a partner streamer on Twitch. That's right. I'm 50 years old. I'm partially disabled, and I'm a partner streamer on Twitch. Try to get that one in real life, everybody. It tells you anything is possible in life. You're going to have lots of ups and downs in your life, like a big roller coaster. That's where you get the most out of life, I find. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't let anybody tell you can't do what you love to do. If you want to go out there, be an artist, be a doctor, be a lawyer, whatever it is definitely possible. Because a 50-year-old disabled man can become a partner streamer, which is only about, by the way, only about 40 to 50,000. I'm not sure what they're up to now. Only about 40 to 50,000 out of millions of streamers become partnered on the platform. So it tells you that you could do anything because you're probably younger, smarter, better at whatever you want to do in your life. So I try to inspire people to go do what they love to do because I love streaming. It's very, very fun. Now, I get the question from time to time, Kismet, if you could go back and work at Apple, which is where I worked for many years. I've been a graphic designer as well as I'm into technology and all of that stuff, obviously. And also 3D animation and education as well. I do have a private post-secondary teaching credential where I can actually teach adult ed as well, which is pretty cool if I so desire. But I've kind of retired from all of that stuff. And you know what I do now? I inspire people just like you to go do what you love to do. Whether it's playing games or whether it's doing music or art or whatever it is you want to do in life, remember that you answer to no one. If you want to wear a purple sock and a red sock today, you go ahead and do it. If you want to wear a blue shoe and a yellow shoe, you go ahead and do it because you answer to no one. You be uniquely you, and don't let nobody tell you who you are. You be who you are, right? You're uniquely awesome. Now, of course, try to make it something positive, though. Try to make it something positive in your day, not only for yourself, but for other people, as I asked. But then again, it's your choices. They're all on you. Make them great ones. That's what I try to do here in the stream. Try to show that love. Try to show that love here as we're running our plastic and rubber lines. Man, we are getting close now. We are getting there. Again, a lot of switchbacks you can see here as I'm going along. Again, you can make it cleaner. And what I do, again, I consider everything to be temporary. So running these lines right here is just a temporary thing. So I don't have to run out there every time I want some plastic or rubber. But instead of doing this, by the way, I could have just picked up a bunch of plastic and a bunch of rubber and run it back. But that's a great short-term thing, right? And I call that offline production. But in the long run, I don't want to have to run out there every time. I want to go ahead and make it where I can go ahead and bring it back to my primary base here. And then in my primary base, I'm going to bring this up a little bit because we're going to turn that corner. But in my primary base, it'll just go ahead and backlog over there so I don't have to run out here. So it'll bring it all to me instead of me going to it, right? And that's what you definitely want to do in this game at some point because you're going to be tapping those from really far away. Now, look right here. We've already got an existing line running, and it's running along here. Now, on this particular line, he's not using stackers. So if he's not using a stacker, I can't just add another stacker to it. I'd have to take this out and re-add all the stackers and stuff. And so when you're using this is one of the drawbacks of using this right here. Now, sometimes I use the same thing. I'll just run it like that just because you're running it in the moment. But if you use your stackers, they're better. They're a better long-term idea for running items, right? So I'm going to go ahead and use my stacker here. And again, I'm going to put it up a little bit extra high here and just bring this down just a little bit. And see, I've used the stacker over here on my hypertubes. So now's a good time to transition, right? Because I've already got this already being taken up over there. And I don't want to mess with his stuff. So I want to go ahead and run this now back over the top of my hypertube in this section. Comes the big guy coming in. And then again, we'll stack this up here. Again, I'm not a big fan of running it above your hypertube because it affects the way it looks when you're riding in the hypertube. It's just really awkward because you're in that third-person view and you're just like the conveyor is right in your face while you're going. Yeah, again, remember, this is early access, everybody. They might change all of that. Who knows? Who knows what the next update will bring? But I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Just like this update. Is awesome, and the one before that, and the one before that, and the one before that. Very, very cool. I've been playing Satisfactory for quite a long time. Actually, one of my favorite games of all time. One of the few games that are actually an 11 out of 10 in early access. That's right. This is an instant buy for me. Absolutely. If you like Factorio, if you like other games that are building games or factory games, this is your jam right here. This is your thing. This is my thing, that's for sure. Count me in. Count me in for this for sure. And again, I'm the type of person that could do this for endless hours. I'm just running lines and doing all this because I know the benefit over the long term is that I'm going to have a lot of resources so I can just build to my heart's content. Same thing when you're working on power. When you're working on power and you know it's going to be worth your investment of your time, because what's going to happen is you're just going to end up with a ton of power at the end. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tap into his little side node here that he's running over here to help me out. And instead of running it in poles, I'm going to show you how to transition from the poles to actually using walls, which is actually I prefer using walls and using those. But you got to unlock those as you go along as well. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Oh, see, now in this case, it's better to do the bottom one first, then do the top one because I'm up above. But there we go. Okay, so now we're going to transition from this, and we're going to utilize what he's already got here for wall conveyor connections. And we're going to put this one as the left side and this one as the right side. Now, why did I put that one as the right side and this one as the left side? Is because of the way the conveyors go, so the conveyors don't clip through each other right there. That's why I did the higher side on the left and the lower side of the thing. I could do it reverse, but sometimes what will happen is it'll clip through depending on the angle of what you're clipping. So there we go. Thanks for the inspirational reels. I really want to become a game developer. And hearing you say all these kind of words really puts a smile on my face. You can absolutely happen. It can happen, Happy Soda. In fact, I've had people come in my channel quite often. I believe one person was a voiceover artist. Voiceover artist who came to my channel and said, Kismet, I really want to get into voiceover and I want to do that for my career. How do I get a job doing that? And I told him a bit on how to interview. When you go into interview, don't sit back in your chair and just like, yeah, I'm interested in getting this job. No, you don't do that. You sit up. You sit at the edge of your chair. You be excited about what you want to do. You learn who the owner of the company is. Even if you're in a big, gigantic corporation, who is the number one? Who is AO number one in this company? Who is number two? Who are the managers? Who are the thing? What does the company do? What do they own? What other businesses do they own, right? You need to know all of that information. Know what you're going to get paid. Know what your benefits are, right? All of those things. You need to know all of that stuff up front. And then when you go in there, one of my favorite things to do in an interview, and I've never not got a job, by the way, everybody. Every job that I went for, I got that job. And here's how. I will go in there and I say, what are you looking for? Right? And I already know the answer, everybody. I already know the answer of what they're looking for before I get there. But if you don't know the answer, then you listen to what they say, right? And if that describes you, then you say, that's exactly me. I'm the one you're looking for, right? Because I'm going to show up on time, I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to do my best work working for you. And I'm ready to start right now. That's how you get the job, everybody. I don't care if you're the greatest gamer or the greatest graphic designer that's ever lived on this planet. If you come to me and I feel like you're not going to do your job and you're not going to show up, or you're going to be an a-hole or whatever it is, I will absolutely never hire you. I don't care if you have 15 degrees. I don't care if you're the #1 person in the world. If I feel like you're not going to work with the rest of my team and you're not going to be a great asset to what we're doing, then you're out. That's it. I don't care what you got. I would rather hire someone who has less experience, who is going to do their job, and who's going to be a worry-free employee or worry-free person to collaborate with than someone who just is so egotistical, so self-involved, and whatnot. And so that's what I look for. Most of the time, when you send in a resume, I'll look at the resume and see if you're qualified. But then beyond that, it's usually my gut feeling. Most people they hire on a mixture of those two things. Is this person going to do what they say they're going to do? Are they experienced? Are they able to do this thing? Are they passionate about what they do? Are they excited about working at that particular place? When I finally worked my entire career to get to Apple, bro, I'm telling you, I was excited to work there. I wanted to go work there. I still want to work there to this day. If I could, magically wave a magic wand and take away my sleep apnea and vertigo, bam, I go right back. If they'd have me back, but hopefully they would, because I love working there. And it's not working there because I could say, look at me, I'm Mr. Special Pants, I worked at Apple. No, it's because you're working with incredible people who are really exceptionally good at what they do, and they're passionate about what they do, and they excite you about being there as well. And it doesn't matter what company it is, whether or what you're doing, if you're doing music or a lawyer or a doctor or whatever, working around people who are inspired, who are excited about doing that thing that you want to do as well, is so motivating. It not only does it help your physical want to get in there and do it, but also your mental health as well, right? And you know the exact opposite. I can put a 1 in the chat if you guys know the exact opposite. If you work with people who literally clock in so they can get a paycheck, and then they clock out. The second they clock in, they clock out. They're the one dragging you down. They're the one making it harder for you to get your job done, or you're doing their job on top of your job, right? You know those people. I know you do. I know everybody in the chat does. You've run across them in your life where they're just like, whatever. I'm just here to get a paycheck. Right? And sometimes you got to take a job like that. I understand if you're taking a job that you don't really love, and you're working at Walmart, or you're working at, digging ditches or whatever it is. And that's okay. No one should put you down for that. You should be able to go out and make money and do it for your family, but always be thinking of that next thing. Think of that next thing that you can get to. And that's what I did in my career. I always thought, okay, I'm doing this now, but where do I want to go in the future? Right? What other kind of design do I want to do? What other things do I need to learn to be better at what I'm doing so I can go to that next level? And I apply the same thing when I'm playing games too. Like, what do I need right now to go to the next level in this game? Well, guess what I need? I need rubber and I need plastic, and that's why I'm running it all the way over here. Now, this is going to be a little too far for me to run it there, so I'm going to go ahead and try to sneak some lifters in here. Let's say right here. And again, I tell it to you straight, everybody. I don't BS anybody. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to say, hey, look at me, I'm Mr. Special Pants. I don't care. I'm at the age now where I'm way beyond trying to prove anything to anybody. And I hope you guys learned that way earlier than me. I was that guy. I was that guy who, had to have the fancy car and the fancy stuff so everyone would think I was successful and special and all of that stuff. You know what? If you're not enough without that stuff, you're not going to be enough with it. You're really not. It won't be worth all of that time and effort and all the time you gave up being with your children and your family and all of that stuff. And then you get that one special Mercedes or whatever it is that you're trying to get, or a car or whatever. I don't have a Mercedes, by the way. I don't buy super expensive cars because I feel like they're a waste. But I do have an expensive car, but not super expensive. Not like a $90,000 car. I did buy me a car from the factory. Oh, what's up? I did buy me a car from the factory when I was in my 20s because I thought that was an important thing. I thought that was an important thing to show how successful I was to everybody. And lo and behold, guess what? After a while, it's just a car, and it just goes from here to there. Big deal. Nobody cares. Only you care. Only you care about it. Nobody else really cares whether you do. And if they do care, if they only like you because you have that fancy car or that fancy thing, then they're not going to be there in the tough times. In the tough times when you don't have fancy things and things start going off the rails or you start having medical issues like me, all of those people disappear. All the people who said, oh, I got your back, I'm going to be your best buddy forever, they go, when they disappear like vapor, like a stealth boy. They vanish. And all the true friends, the friends that you know that will be there with you, those are the ones that stay. Those are the ones who call you up and don't ask you for anything. They call you up and say, hey, Kismet, how you doing today? I'm doing good. Oh, man, did you get that new game? Yeah, oh, man, I got that new game. I love that new game. I've been playing that new game on stream. Oh, well, awesome, man. I said, what have you been up to? Oh, I've been doing this thing. I've been flying around and doing the thing. I talk to my friends from time to time about what they're up to, right? You call people up not because you want something. You call them up because you care whether they're living or if they're dead. And that's a rare thing to find, everybody. It seems like that should be an obvious thing that, people would call each other up just to, see if they're okay, especially in these times, right? But people don't. Because you know why? They're so busy and they're all so wrapped up in their own stuff that they don't take the time to reach out to their friends and just say hi from time to time. Right? It doesn't have to be every day. It's not like you got to call them every single day. Hey, what are you doing today? I don't know. What are you doing? And then they say, I'm doing nothing. You're like, oh, no, I'm doing nothing too. You're like, you don't call them up every day and do it. But, call them from time to time. Let them know that you're thinking about them. Whether it's your friends or family or whatever it is, just reach out to them from time to time. Make sure they're doing okay. And I try to do that. But again, I'm not going to say don't get involved in what I'm doing. And then all of a sudden, a month, 2 months, 3 months goes by and you're like, oh my God, it's been some time. I better send them an email or I better give them a call or send them a text message, see how they're doing. Right? Because, you do get very wrapped up in what you're doing. And I would now not trade anything. I would not trade anything over spending time with my kids or spending time with my wife. I wouldn't work 5 jobs so I could have a fancy house, right? I got an okay junky house that I am trying to get fixed, which is taking forever. But I don't have to have a big fancy mansion that I live in so I can impress you guys all in the chat. I don't care. If that's the thing you judge me by, is by my fancy house and my fancy stuff, then I feel like that's a real shallow thing to judge people by, how much money they have. I think the most important thing to judge people is how they treat you. How do they treat you? Do they treat you well? If they treat you well, then those are the people you want to hang around with. The people who treat you well, whether you got money or not, whether you're a millionaire or not. I know some millionaires who are absolutely miserable because they have traded all of the most valuable things in life, like wife, family, spouse, their health, whatever it was. They traded that stuff for money because they just worked all the time. The workaholics, they'd be a thing. I used to be a workaholic myself, so I'm a recovering workaholic, though I'm not doing that great of a job considering I'm working like 11 hours every day on the stream. But still, at least I don't stream 20 hours every single day. I do take breaks in between there and all of that. But you get the idea, right? But when my kids say, hey, Daddy, I need your help, obviously, for some of you who are waiting on those battles yesterday, I prioritize that first. I always prioritize my kids over everything else. So if I'm here working on a video and my kids say, hey, Daddy, we want to go for a bike ride, I'm like, let's go for a bike ride, right? Because that has become more valuable to me. And I only get so many minutes with your children because they grow up fast and then they be gone. They be gone very soon. My oldest daughter's 16, couple more years, and that'll be it. Off to college. Won't see her for long periods of time. Remember that. Keep those special moments as much as you can. Create as many special moments as you can with your kids. And one thing I learned very early on with my kids, and it was a revelation to me, everybody. I don't know. You guys might have already discovered it early on. But I bought my daughter, and I've talked about this before on stream, but I'll go over it one more time for those who haven't heard it before. I bought my daughter this toy. It was from Winnie the Pooh, right? So you got Winnie the Pooh, you got Piglet, and you got Tigger, which is the one, the tiger that jumps up and down on its tail. So I bought this thing. It was like $75, $100 for a 5-year-old child. Right? It was like a $100 toy for a 5-year-old child, which I think is a very expensive toy. She would have been just as fine with a $2 ball that I could have bought her. But the thing, I bought this really expensive toy because I thought she'd love it, because she loves Winnie the Pooh. And I put it in there, and because it had one of those boxes where it had the clear outside, right, where you could see the toy inside. So we got it for Christmas, for her 5th birthday. She took it out of the box. She set it off to the side, and she immediately played with the box for 2 hours. And not the toy. So the toy, which was $75, $100, was useless. The more exciting thing, and this really tells you, this gives you a little life check every now and again when you see children and how they don't care about money. They don't understand about it. They don't need to know about it. They are just looking for the thing that makes them most excited and the thing that they know they can play with. In that case, so she took her dolls and she put them in there, and she was looking through the plastic while they were inside there and made a little house in there and all of that. And still, for years later, she didn't even play with that toy that I bought her until she got older. It tells you that some toys are appropriate at certain ages, until she was like 7, 8 years old, and then she rediscovered the toy and she turned it on, and it actually bounced. It's electronic, so it would bounce on its tail and bounce around the house, which is pretty funny to watch her play with that as well. But you get the idea, right? So when you're young, you're not thinking about, hey, I need my my special Nike shoes, and I need my Adidas sweater and all of that, and my Prada bag and all of that ridiculous stuff that people always showing off on there. And I find a lot of time too that a lot of that stuff dance party, a lot of that stuff that you see on like Instagram or Twitter or whatever, where people are flaunting their wealth, they're actually not wealthy. They're just pretending to be wealthy. Because I know what real wealthy is. Real wealthy is you walk down the thing and you've got thousands of dollars in cash in your pocket, and you go buy a TV for $4,000. You know how I know that? Because I've done that. That's real wealth, everybody. That's when you really are rich. When you don't think about having thousands of dollars in your wallet. Now, I can't do that anymore because I spent all that money because, I was a young kid at the time when I had all that money. But I wouldn't do that today. I wouldn't go buy something just to impress other people and show them, hey, look at me. I've got all this money. I've got all these fancy things, right? I buy stuff because it has a purpose. I buy it when I need the thing, right? If I need something, I feel like it's necessary and part of what I'm doing, then I will go and buy it, right? If it's something like I just bought a new vacuum. My old vacuum is wearing out, and so I bought a new vacuum. I didn't buy a new vacuum and say, look at me, everybody, I got a fancy vacuum. Not that it's really that fancy anyway. It's not a fancy vacuum, but it does work for pets. And I've got a corgi dog who loves to shed everywhere. Watch out for corgis, everybody. They shed. Me and my wife said, okay, we're going to get a dog for my oldest daughter when she was 5, along with that toy I got her about the same time. And we said we're going to get a dog that doesn't shed and doesn't bark. And so we ended up with the exact opposite. She loves to bark. She loves to go out and bark at the wind. And she loves to shed everywhere. But she's a beautiful sparkle princess, so we love her. And you guys obviously see her a lot in the chat. That's why that's where all those corgis are inspired by down there. Now, we ran that pretty close. We're almost to the thing, everybody. We're almost to the boxes. So let's go ahead and run a battle, and then we'll come back. To battle! All right, let's go ahead and run this battle, everybody. We're going to be doing battles all day long. You guys way up there, you're away from my boost, but I'll try to get as many as I can. Boost you guys back there. Boom. Let's do it. Leet. There we go. So true, isn't it? Yes. So true, everybody. Now, I can tell you all these things, but you're going to learn them one way or another. You're going to learn them the hard way by going through the pain and suffering and realizing that no one cares that you have lots of money. Or they're just envious that you can buy all these things and they're not really your friends. And they're going to try to use you. Or you can discover that those things are not the most valuable things. Money is just a thing that leads to something else, right? So if you have money, well, great. You can get a house and you can have all those things. There's nothing wrong with making lots of money and having those luxuries in life. It's when those things become more important than people. and people around you, or people that you meet, or people, even random strangers. When you feel like you're superior to other people because you got a fancy car or fancy whatever, that's when you failed as a human being. For sure, for sure. You're actually a failure as a human being, and that's terrible. I've seen other people treat other people terribly because of where they are in their life, whether they're like a janitor or whether they're, they're having a rough time in their life. They don't have any money or anything like that, and they feel superior to them because they're wealthy and they have money and they have all of these things, and they think they're smarter than everybody else, but they haven't figured out the most basic thing in life, and that is to treat others well. Right? Because I feel like that's the one big thing, no matter what you believe in life, when you move on from this world into the next one, or if there is another one, depending on what your beliefs are, I'll leave that to you to determine. Whatever it is, I feel like the big question is how did you treat other people while you were alive on this planet? And so I want to have a good answer on my answer. I want to have a good answer when they ask me. I said, hey, I did a lot of great things for a lot of other people, and I treated them well, and I treated them with respect, even if they didn't treat me with respect, because what I do is on me, and what they do, that's on them. There you go. River Dog, it's Rob, Richest Richie, all get some love, and Valuna, I think that is, Viluna, yeah, coming in, MVP with 11 kills. Okay, now I can see you guys stepping it up. There we go. I see a lot of units there. How many units? 66 units there. All right, awesome. Let's try to get it to 100. Come on, we're going to raise it up, everybody. Put down as many units as you possibly can. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, my gosh. Oh, this is going to be a tough rogue one. Maybe on the top side. Maybe middle. And middle a little bit top. Maybe you guys can run up through here. You're definitely going to have a tough time getting through here. This is not going to be worth it going that way. So maybe middle top. Up through here, get in there, get there. Now, if you put your rogues in the back, what's going to happen is we're going to go in the front and try to drag all the mobs onto us, kind of what's called tanking mobs, right, if you're familiar with MMOs. And so we're going to try to grab all the mobs on us so you can run your rogues in there and get the loot. That's why you watch my stream instead of just doing the battles off stream, right? So you guys get those epic tips. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go in there and use one of my higher level characters. I think he's still on cooldown. So let's go ahead and use Norbert here to heal you guys down here on the left. So we're going to try to push in here, grab all these mobs down on us so these rogues in the back here can try to run in and squeak by and maybe get themselves a chest or two down here. Definitely I would go to the high side like here, like Hare Luna's doing, and Subi. Try to do that high side so you can sneak right through there, maybe get through here and hit one of these top ones. This bottom one is going to be real tough. That's going to be a tough one. All right, let's keep going. Oh, wait, we got to do a battle plan, right? We got to do a battle plan. All right, battle plan. What I just said. Right there. Right there. All right, there we go. Battle plan done. Let's do it. I don't do the battle plans too much anymore because you guys are so good at what you do. I don't need to, tell you where to put your units and stuff. You guys got it going on. You guys crushing it. Okay, and again, thank you to Reaper for running this back here on these other lines because it makes it easy for me to run my lines. Now, I could have tapped into the lines he's already got, but I like my lines to be nice and separated like this. I love using these wall conveyors. They are really awesome when you start to build out all your stuff. Okay, so I feel like we're getting pretty close here. We can finally run this up there and maybe start working on some computers and whatnot. Now, we don't want to forget with it also, we're going to play, before we leave, we're going to play, this is a 2-day event on my Learn to Play for that game as well, so we'll definitely hang around for that. Hydrate! Let's do it! A good idea. I love to hydrate. Let's do it. I love corgis. I'd love to have one someday. They are the sweetest little puppy, and they are strange. They're a very strange, odd dog in a wonderful way. She loves to lay on her back all the time. She'll randomly run into another room and bark. She'll do all sorts of funny stuff. By the way, if you ever play PUBG and you get sniped out of nowhere, it's her, because she's a Sparkle, the legendary gamer dog. It's probably her. That's why we have the elite emote in the chat. That's why we have Sparkle Dog corgis that you can make for free, by the way. You can make your own corgi here in the stream. They are unique to my stream. I had these all custom done for my stream as well, for all of you. So you can go down and in the panels and make your own custom corgi, put little glasses and outfits on them, all sorts of fun stuff. And have your corgi run around down there at the bottom of the stream. And then also when you have loot, and you can also do channel redemptions. Let me bring that up here. Where's my redemptions at? Right here. You can also do channel redemptions that go along with my stream avatars. You can make them dance. You can have them jump around. You can make them go berserk if you want. You can do battles, super looting, all sorts of stuff. The light purple ones here, those all have to do with my stream avatars. So you guys have power over doing them there. I have even more stuff coming down the road that goes along with that, which actually is going to be interactions here in the stream. I'm always working on improving my stream and making it more interactive and fun for you guys. I'm all about the fun, everybody. Adding fun to the stream is one of my favorite things to do. Okay, where we go? We're turning the corner here. So let's go ahead and get this up here. Up into there. Yeah, and a lot of times, sometimes, especially when you're running it from really far away, you will do a lot of this, which is line running, right? So you're running your line from here to there to everywhere, and I'm just trying to get it over here next to these boxes. And then once I get it close to the boxes, I can go ahead and run it up into the boxes, and then I'll have it conveniently nearby for me to use. Then I can also use it for making materials. That's going to clip. That's going to clip through there. This is why. This is why. Oh, he used a lifter to do that corner. Nice. What he did, he had a lifter there. He took it out. He had a lifter there to do the corner. Oh, mine's crooked. Mine's very, very crooked. Mine crooked or is his crooked? I think his is crooked. Okay, good. It's not me. I thought it was me for a second. I messed up my brain. So what he did is he did a corner like that first, and then did the corner first, or ran it from there, and then did the corner. This way you keep it from clipping too much. And then the same thing over here. We need to kind of run this. And I'm out of plates. I always out of something. What do I do with all those resources? I think they're down one. That's okay. We'll run up here and grab it up here. In our main resource area, which is where we're trying to run all of our stuff to as it is now. And Sparkle Dog comes in here from time to time, by the way. I show her on stream from time to time. She's not in here right now. She's downstairs taking her 53rd nap of the day. She has her own little nap spots that she does around the house all day long. She's so cute. Can't build on the road. Man, all those walls are awesome. Yeah. They are awesome. Get back up here. All right. I love running things along the walls here. Got to get some more plates so we can make more of these. Get that up there. And then create a little in-between point here. Of this to go here first. Oh, probably should have done it on the top. Yeah, let's bring that up. Do a lot of also height estimates when you're doing this. I just took a guess and see if that was right. There we go. Now once we have that in there, we no longer need the conveyor poles. We were just using that so we could line it up so it wasn't clipping. And so we can take all these conveyor poles out so they're not in our way while we're going along our area here. And what he's talking about is I have a road here that we don't want to be obscuring. So that's why there's no conveyor poles there. because this yellow part here is the road in which we typically run along or we use our vehicles on and whatnot. And so I usually set those up here. Now, this road right here goes off the side of a cliff, so we could probably block that a little bit. So that's not a thing. But here in the center, we do try to keep this clear, and that's why he did that. That's why he put that in there to lift it up and then adjusted it so that it wasn't clipping and then pulled out the supports so that it wasn't blocking our road. So very, very well done. And all right, now we need to figure out which one of these is what with what, right? So we have all of these going here. I think we need to get to the side here and run those down. Actually, I could have ran it around the other way too. But we've already run it this way, so we'll, we got to go run on this side. They've added, if you haven't seen these, by the way, these are ladders that they've added to the game, which are awesome. It lets you go up the ladder instead of doing the spiral thing that they have, which I never use because it makes me dizzy. Right there. And let's see, what is this one? We've got it tagged on this side what these are. So here's plastic and rubber at the end, right here. So let's go ahead and take this out and this out, and it is here on this side. So that'll actually make it nice and easy. And we'll run that down like that. And we'll run this one down like this. Okay, and then we'll jump for it. Ah, God. There we go. Now, we want to get those resources that are up there into here. Now, I don't necessarily have to bring it down this far, but I do know which one's which now, at least. At least I hope I do. So I can bring about a halfway down. Probably be a better idea on this particular one. Like this. And then we can go ahead and grab the resources. Now, again, before we run that up there, we want to double check again, because I've already forgotten that far. I think the plastic one is on the right. Oh, God! Took that out. Look out, I damaged company property. I'm going to get in trouble. Home office is going to call. When you fall and you damage yourself, it says you're damaging company property, which is too funny. Too funny. All right, let's go ahead and bring this down. Like that. We'll create ourselves another little ladder here. All right. Let's see if we can get tricky here. Now, I don't have the jetpack yet. We haven't unlocked it, but let's see if we get tricky. Oh, I had it there for a second. And then I fell off. Oh, there we go. A little side jump. That got her done. Okay, I think the left one. Yeah, this one is plastic and this one is rubber. All right. So that means that this one is our plastic one. Now, I find whenever you're running lines, it always ends up where they're opposite of where you want them to be. You can see right there that that is actually reversed because I actually want the plastic to be on the right side. So it'd be easier to run into there. And then having the rubber on the outside would make it easier to run it over there because you could just run them and square them off. But because it's not like that, we're going to have to improvise as we do. And a great way to improvise that is just to simply change the elevations of the way that they run in there, like that. And this is probably too far, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, no, we made it. And so that one will make it to there, and then run this one up into that other one. And then that should hopefully prevent any clipping where they don't clip through each other. And there you go. Just that elevation is going to help you. That's what's nice about having so much room vertically, is that you can do that. And now we done it, everybody. We did it. Now, how do we know if it's working? Well, we're going to go up into the boxes, and if we see that the boxes are getting filled with that rubber and with that plastic, then we know we did our job right. Now, if we don't, if we see it getting filled with the wrong resource or it's not filling up at all, then we know we did something wrong. We messed something up along the way. But let's take a look. Let's sort this, and let's see. Oh, yeah, it's filling up. Sure does seem like it's filling up really slowly, though. I feel like it should be going way faster than that. There's something that's slowing that down. That seems real slow. That seems pretty odd. That's not even going. Did I do the wrong one? Yeah, see, this lifter must be real slow. That's a Mark 1. See, I can just tell. After a while, when you play the game, you can just tell when something's not right. Like, that's too slow. This one's too slow. That one's going to be too slow. There we go. All right. See, that should be going much faster. And I love that these visual cues in the game that show you that, right? That show you that, hey, look, you're using a Mark 1 here, bro. Did you want to use a Mark 1? I seriously doubt it. Now, when we look over here, the number should be just going up and up and up and up, and it's going much faster now. All right, we fixed that issue. Now, we also have an issue with this. Maybe I ran the wrong line over here. Maybe I missed the line that I wanted, or the line is disconnected back here, and we, for some reason, are not getting the thing that we want up here. Right? Somewhere along the line, it has got funky chicken, as I like to call it. Let's backtrack way over here and see. Now, a great way to climb up there is to put one of these on the side here, so you can climb up to the top. Now, of course, if you have the jetpack, which we'll unlock at some point, we can go ahead and just use our jetpack. But we're going to go ahead and climb all the way up here, get up to the top, and look. Do we see any coming in? No, it actually stopped over there. This is stopped over there for some reason. Maybe it's going the wrong direction. Maybe I ran that the wrong direction. Or it's just glitched. Aha! It was glitched. Yeah, see, so, remember, it's early access, everybody. So I didn't connect that. Something went wrong with that connection, and that's what was blocking it, right? And so now we'll go ahead and keep following the rubber down the line here. I love leaping over this. This is fun. Leaping over this and getting all the way to the end. Now, if you actually get on the side of this, or if you're overcompensate there and you fall off, if you get on the side of it, you don't move along with the conveyor. But let's go ahead and let's go up here. And look, all right, there it goes. Now, what we're looking at is making sure that this is going up the conveyor and that the conveyor is at its maximum speed that I have right now, which is level 3. Eventually, we'll get even faster and faster, and then we'll go even faster, and we can put more of it on one line, which is what I plan to do in the long run, is to get a lot more of that running. But let's go check them again. Up here, that was a lot of work. How many hours of work? That was like 3 hours of work right there. 3 hours of work to get that to run to these boxes. Again, your time is your most valuable thing. For sure, for sure. There you go. Look at you guys placing all them units. Now, again, place down as many units as you can. We need a tanky here, a stabby here, and throw people there. There you go. All right, now we should see this going up pretty quickly. We are. Okay, now is a perfect time to let it collect all the resources and bring it. Now, you saw that I actually had a full box of both of these back at my original spot. Plus, once we start pulling out the resources of those boxes, it's actually going to start up all of the rest of my production, which is going to make new amount. So we'll actually have not only these boxes get filled, but those other boxes behind us will get filled, and then it will backlog into the machines, and then the machines will automatically turn off, right? We thought that through. So we're going to let that run. So while that is running, we can go up real high here and find a little bird's eye view to chill out for a moment. I like to hang out way up here on the top of my base. Woo! Trying to get on that edge. A little oversensitive controls today. There we go. All right, there we go. Now we're up top. All right, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and go AFK. It's been about 3 hours of streaming here. And usually what I do for my health is I get up and I walk around a little bit. It does really help a lot if you are a gamer. Make sure to get up every 2 to 3 hours or so. And just stretch out. Get yourself all pumped up. Maybe get yourself a snack, something to drink, whatever it is. And then get yourself fired up for some more gaming. So I'm going to let you guys enjoy some of my AFK highlights, some of the best moments of my stream chosen by you, my viewers, who have made them into highlights over the years. So enjoy that, and I will be right back. Winner, chicken dinner, everybody. That was one of our first wins there, or second win in that particular streak. They were way better than me at that game. I'm just running around and drawing the fire on me. I hope you guys enjoyed those awesome highlights. Walked around a little bit, took my jacket off, it's getting a little warmer now. Getting ready to play some more games, ready to get into it. we're going to go ahead and continue working on our factory here. We're trying to get our computers working. I feel like if we get our computers working today, we have accomplished our goal. So that's what we're trying to do. We try to get a little bit further each time we play. And so let's get over here again. Let's go ahead and see what we need over here for our computers. Now, again, circuit boards, cable, plastic, and screws. Now, we got to find those resources in their various places. And you can see I'm running them to these boxes. And then I'm tapping into some of those resources and running them where they go. Now, obviously, you don't want to run them like this. It's called spaghetti, where you just run them wherever, where you need them in the moment. It's much better to think it out and do that. But I usually do that in the later stages when I get the faster belts and all of that stuff. So I can go in and manage it a bit better. But you can do it early on if you want. But me, I'm just going to go ahead and rock and roll along with another one right here. And let's go ahead and put this one right next to here. Alrighty, I can't quite see my line there. Why is it not giving me my green line? There it is. There it is. We'll line that up right there. And we're going to do the same thing we did over here. And that is to use our boxes in a vertical way to have all 4 components aiming toward it. And I'll put this one on the outside like this. And so we're going to try to run all 4 of those components right into here. So we'll take the bottom ones, run those straight across, the top one here. Oop, we didn't put that one in. Oh, we didn't have enough resources. Which is funny because we're right next to tons of resources. It's always funny when you run out of resources, when you just have them stacked up, right? Got tons of them just laying around somewhere. Man, we used up all of that. We used up all that stuff. That's crazy. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, there we go. We used up all of that stuff we had on us when we were running all those lines. We used up all the steel beams. That's a lot of steel beams. All right. And you'll see me use a lot of tier 3 stuff, which is what I'm doing right now. I feel like I just go straight from tier 1 to tier 3, use a lot of that. And then later I'll come back and update it. Oh, really? That was a little too close. Little too steep. That one worked because I was going from the bottom one. All right, hold on. We got to back these up just a bit. Back that up. Let's try that. Ah, wrong way. Wish it would pick up the orientation of objects as well. I often assume it's going to pick up... Oh, Twitch is going to freeze for a minute, everybody. It's going to be a slideshow. When you can see and hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Sometimes my OBS switches glitches out or freezes because I overwhelm it here on the stream because I'm doing a lot of stuff simultaneously. It does do that, but let me know when you guys can see and hear me in the chat. It does like to freeze out from time to time. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't make the programs, everybody. I just play the games. Still too steep. All right, fine. I'll bring it down then. Now, you can also do a little workaround here where you bring it down like this so it's not as steep. From the upper one. Like this. I'm not really going to use that other output there. And then that's going to allow us to go ahead and put those in there. And there we go. Now we got all 4. Now, we haven't chosen which one's which yet, but we do want to choose what we want to make. We want to make computers. And so we want to do circuit boards and whatnot. But let's start with the easier ones, the cable and the screws. So we already know that we've been using our cables and screws elsewhere. But we'll go right in here. We'll take a look at our cable. How much we got? Woo, mama, we got a whole bunch in there. We got a whole bunch of all of that. So let's go up here to the top. Let's go ahead and see if we are running our cables anywhere. No, we're actually not running our cables this way. We're running our cables off that way. And the thing we can do is we can keep the cables going that way, and we can just do a bit more spaghetti here where we just literally just put a splitter right there. And then we got to get it all the way back over there. Now, you can try to put your conveyor poles, but they do not go up on the top here. You can see I can put them down there, but they don't sit up on the top here. But you can just run the line itself. You can click up there and run the line and just have it sitting on the top of the box like that, which you should never do, but I'm doing it anyway. All right, and then put that right over there. Maybe we can get this one on the bottom. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring that one down to the bottom. See how I made it work in between there? Very nice. And then we're going to go ahead and try to get our other one over there. Now, the other one is screws, which is right here, which actually is being used also in the other one that we're using over here. So if we're really tricky, we could go and use it kind of portion down the line. I'm going to tell you right now that that's not enough screws. That is for sure. But we can go ahead and do a splitter, say something like this, so we can cross this line over here and try to bring it up right into there without clipping it into there. There we go. Again, this is called, you're just running it randomly. This really triggers my chat, by the way, everybody. I love to trigger my chat from time to time. So there we go. So now we got some screws in there. Those two elements are done. Now, plastic is the new thing that we just brought in. And we're gonna run our plastic. Now we've already got a pre-existing stacker right here, so maybe we could use a little bit of that to help us out. And again, and don't worry, we'll come back and fix all of that later, everybody. So if you are getting a little OCD triggered, don't worry. A part of the fun is making the mess and then cleaning it up after, and showing how you can clean all that up. Oh wait, I shouldn't have went under. I should have went over. I should have went over on that one. Let's go over up here. We got to go over the top so that it doesn't clip through when we connect it on the other end. Like so. All right, and then we'll go ahead and run that element right down into the bottom one. And now we've got our other element going here, which is going to be our plastic. Now, we have one more thing we need to add, which is actually made in another machine. And we'll do that battle here in just a moment, everybody. It's made in another machine, so we can go ahead and put our constructor down. We'll say, okay, what do we need again? What's this last element that we need in here? We need circuit boards. And what are circuit boards made from? Plastic and copper sheets. So we need to make some circuit boards. And if we go in here and look, we can say, okay, are the circuit boards made in here? Well, I actually already know that they're not made in here, and that's because they use two elements and not just one. This constructor only has one input, so that tells you that it's not the constructor in which you're going to make it. You're going to make it in an assembler, and I'm going to actually move it back just a little bit, and I'm covering up my roads and all that stuff right now, which I normally don't do, but where I'm just going to show you a bit of how to get this going. Now, it's going to have two inputs and one output, and we're just going to go ahead and run the output into our other chest here. The one up there at the top, so we're going to raise that up, run that across into there, and there we go. All right, we got that going, and we've already chose what we want this to do, and that is made circuit boards down here at the bottom. So now we got to get copper sheets and plastic. Now we're already running a bunch of plastic right here, so again, we could just very easily say, yo, run that plastic off of this line right here, split that in. Now, we're not worrying about numbers, and we're not worrying about ratios, and we're not worrying about all of that. You can play the game totally without doing that if you want, but if you want to get the most optimum solution in there, you definitely should master the numbers at some point. But again, it's your game. You play it however you want. I don't put people down for playing or running spaghetti or doing whatever. Hey, you do what you want. It's your game. You paid for it with your hard-earned dollars. If you want to run it spaghetti all over the place, you do it. I'm going to do it here just to show what it looks like before, and then we'll come back later and we'll revamp the whole thing and really streamline it and make it look beautiful. And you'll see then you'll see the after photos of it as well. All right, so we got that going there. Now this one we're just going to run nice and straight over there, which is our copper sheets. That's what we're working on right over here. And that thing's right in the way of my copper sheets if I wanted to go that way, but I need to get more over here. More of this. Man, we burning these up. Huh. I don't see that going up pretty fast. Going up pretty slow right there. See, I think that's going slow too. Hold on. Maybe it's just feeding slow? Why is that feeding so slow? Something is afoot. See, I see it feeding real slow like that. It's telling me something. It's telling me either our production is really slow at the start. This right here is not doing anything either. This is not producing anything. Or it's just producing it very, very slowly. That's a red flag right there, too. Back here, what's the deal? Producing the ignits. Run the ignits in there. But it's not enough. It's not enough to keep all this going. It's making mostly steel pipes. And then our steel beams are being starved here at the end because everything's the steel pipes now. Yeah, it's starved for resources. I thought I balanced this out. Oh, it's because we switched that to pipes, I bet. Yeah, because what happens is certain resources take more of a certain resource to run. Like if we go up here. Oh, let's go back up on top of here. If we go and look how this is feeding, it's actually feeding forward this way. And we look at this. This is taking 30 per minute to go into there. And then these over here are at 60 per minute. So it needs double the amount. And so it's using most of it for the rods and not enough for the beams. We'll have to fix that at some point too. But let's keep the battles going. To battle! All right, it's battle time, everybody. Let's fire up another battle. Oh, super loot. You guys did some super looting down there. I see that. Let's go. Let's see how these rogues work out. Oh, maybe. Oh, yes. Look, Kismet's plan is working. Oh, so close. Down here, maybe. Come on, rogues. Get in there. Get them. Oh, down the middle. Oh, we got one. We got two. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a tough one. John Boy still looking good, along with, let's see who else we got over here. Doing a smart move. Put your units right where I said. And look at that. You guys are bringing in, getting all that loot. Yeah, I wouldn't steer you wrong. I wouldn't steer you wrong trying to get you guys some loot. Uh-oh, bombs coming down. Man, that boss is getting whammied. Wow, I couldn't even see him. He was getting hit so much. Open the captain's chest. Give you guys some love. Rotisserie G, Rob, Subi, all getting some love. And V Luna again. Wow, crushing it with just 2 units. 25 assists. Way to crush it. What units did you use there? I can't quite roll over it. Great job. Coughing. Allergies suck. Let's do it. Let's keep it going on. All right, I forgot what my quest was. Let's see what units. I think I was putting Bannermen down, right? Busters. Busters and my legendary orc guy. All right, let's throw some busters down here. Blow up some stuff with the buster. Epic Buster gonna do an epic explosion. All right, there we go. So we get that going. Let's keep on going. Again, you come and join us, everybody. Remember, you can put down 1 unit every 5 minutes. Put down as many units as you can. How many units do we have on that one? Let me see. How many units was that one? That was 66 units again. Wow, that was weird. That was 2 in a row. Exact same amount? Oh, no. One was 69 units, and that was 66. Right? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we get more units down. Again, the more units put down, the more loot everybody gets. Again, 2 at a time seems pretty light for that production. But again, I don't know what the original resources are or whatnot. But it is going in there, and it is filling that up with more. So at least we know we're not. At least we know it didn't stop. All right. Whenever I see that kind of stuff, I always take a minute to investigate and see if it's a resource problem. Is it a line problem? There's always some sort of something when you see stuff that seems out of order that's causing it to get messed up. But again, we got to get our copper sheets over here. Let's go. Let's go ahead and start with a low side spaghetti action here. Oh, wait, that's an input. What's an output? Input in the back. This is backlogged. All right, awesome. And this is probably full. Wow, okay, we got plenty of those. Let's go a little low side. Nice little spot. We can run that right there. Now, here's what I do right here. See how this is going to the low side? And that's going to the high side? Well, this actually is not going over there to those boxes. That one is going to this one right here. And so what I can do is just go ahead and run it around that corner a little bit. And I still like to keep it up off the ground in case I want to run under it like this. And then we can line this up off the back of this. Have this cut across this way. And run that into there. There we go. And we should see those copper going into there. We should get this going. We already connected the power. So off and running. Now it's making some circuit boards. And it's going to take those circuit boards and it's going to run them into here. Now I find circuit boards is probably the thing that is the thing that's going to slow this down the most. But notice it doesn't have any resources in there, and that's because it has no power. When it doesn't have any power, it doesn't auto-feed the resources in. And so we'll go ahead and try to find something we can run power from right there. Run that into there, and then you can see all the resources starting to fill up. And then over time, what it's going to do is it's going to fill out. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit by dropping some of the stuff that's on me in there. And some plastic and whatnot. But the circuit boards are going to take it a while, and then I needed to output to a box. I'll extend this on just a bit. Like that, and then this running into there. All right. Then as it makes its first computer, that computer's then going to run in this box. And you're like, well, kid, that's going to take forever, bro. It's like, you know, it makes like 2.5 per minute. So, you know, you're only going to get like 10 at any given time. But the thing is the thing about this game that's so great is the fact that I know that eventually, if I let it run long enough, it'll make a ton of these computers, even with just the resources that I have. So I can just AFK. Here comes our first computer off the line. Nope, there it went. I can just let it run, and I know it will just keep making more and more computers all day, every day, even when I'm not actively clicking on it or whatnot. You can actually just let it run. I'll let it run off stream. To build up some computers so we can go ahead and put those in there later. Now, I can also go make my own computers if I want. I need about 100 of them to go to this next level, as well as I need a bunch of encased industrial beams. But let's go see how our encased industrial beams are going, because I don't see any backlogged in here, which means we most likely diverted them for another reason. And let's go ahead and look at this. Yeah, see, that is going up. See, if you want to see that number going up, even if it's just a little bit, so you know that it is making its way in there. Okay, so what is going on with our encased industrial beams? We got our rotors coming down. I see that. We got all of that going. Aha. Here they are. Huh. They are coming out of there. They're being produced. We got our steel beams going on. In fact, let's just give it a little big boost there. And so it is going up into the box. But it's just coming straight out of the box and is probably being used for our space elevator. Let's go see. Let's go check it out. Now, we got our computers going. That was our big goal for today. That was a lot of line running. Again, see, it's all about your time, everybody. How much time you want to spend running those lines. I love to run the lines. I love to do every single thing in the game. It's super, super fun. Whether you're exploring or optimizing your factory or whatever it is really fun. How are we looking over here? Oh, we're at 1962 now. All right, we made a little progress. Eventually, we want to go ahead and also get our modular engines now that we have our rubber over here. As well as our adaptive control units. Now, notice our adaptive control unit is going to be the trickiest of those three because it does use heavy modular frames and computers, which is what we're getting ready. And then also it uses the circuit boards. And it also uses the component that we already have some of, which is sitting around here somewhere, right over here, which is this automated wiring. And you can see I've got a backlog of that, so I can use that with the other item to make the item that we need to put into there for the next tier. Now, we'll come back to all of that in a bit, but we want to go ahead and think of what else we can do while we're waiting for all that stuff to go. Now, this is the awesome shop, and in here you can unlock a whole bunch of stuff with those tickets I was talking about earlier. And you can see we've already unlocked a few things here. Foundations we've been working with, various vehicles, and so on. They got new floodlights and lights control panels, so you can do that. Of course, they have the new factory ladder and all of that. I highly suggest looking through all the new stuff. Of course, we already got the coffee cup, and these are supplies and things that you can get. And then also over here, different parts and whatnot you can grab. Sometimes I don't grab stuff just because I don't want it in my list of things that I'm looking through. Great example is like the wood conveyor walls. You won't see me get that till the very end because this way I don't have to scroll through it in my thing. And a lot of stuff I don't unlock in a lot of different games just purely for that reason, just so I don't have to scroll past it every single time because I'm not going to use it. But I do love the metal conveyor walls. I think those look awesome. And so I use that, as well as the window walls are really great for when you're trying to see which way your hypertubes are going, whether they're going down or where they're going up, which we did a lot of that work last time. It was a lot of fun. Man Steel Games coming in, says, hello, Kismet. How you feeling today? Feeling pretty good, man. I was up late working and doing a whole bunch of stuff, and then I got up. I said, I'm streaming today. We're going to get to it. So we're going to go to it today for sure. Doing good. Doing good. So we've got that going. Now, again, we need some of these items that are being diverted. That's what we're doing. This item's running up, and it's being diverted this way. So let's follow where it's going. It's running all the way over here and being diverted into our thing right here. Aha! That's where it is right there. So let's grab some of those out of there. Let those fill back up. And use those for our upgrade. Okay. Now we got that filled. Now all we need is 100 computers. Now if we go in here, there is certain items you can make in here, and then some are in there by themselves. If you notice, I look in here, I can make industrial beams, I can make all sorts of stuff. Heavy modular frames, but if you notice, I don't see computers in there anymore. I don't remember if you could do that before, because I'm having a bad memory problem. I could have sworn you could do it. Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, I thought you could do it in the thing. It's actually, they have it under communications is where it's at. Because I have made computers in there before, so we can make our own while we're waiting for the rest of those to do it. And we'll go back and check and see how many it's making. But the first thing I need to make is circuit boards. And because I have so much plastic and so much copper, and that I make them faster in here by holding down, I'm holding down the space bar, by the way, I'm not holding down the mouse, which you can hold down the mouse too. I can make them way faster than they actually make in the machine, but then I have to sit here and hold down the button. It's really up to you. Oh, that's what I'm always doing. I'm always doing that, Man of Steel Games, always pushing myself too far. Testing those limits. That's the only way to extend your limits, everybody, is to test them. To keep pushing those limits. Now, of course, obviously, don't screw up your health over it. If I got too tired or too dizzy, I would be like, sorry, everybody, peace out. I gotta go lay down. But Oh, we're at 5 retweets as well. Let me give you 1,000 kiss caps. Bam. I try to get back into my consistent schedule again because we got so off schedule. I'm trying to get back into that. But I am going to take another break here in just a moment. We're going to try to get these computers in here as a little bonus thing. We're going to make a bunch of circuit boards, and I'm going to show you something really cool, a cool way to get this going on. I'm going to make a bunch of these circuit boards here, about 50 of them. And then we're going to go try something out that's going to be real fun. All right, here we go. I don't know if we have any extras, but we'll look and see. Don't see any there. Go see if we got any in here. Nope. I don't have any more. Well, I guess we're not going to do that. But we can go ahead and do this. What I can do is I can make some myself while it's still trying to catch up and make a bunch. And I can feed them in here. And this way it'll go at its maximum speed. So it'll go at 2.5 per minute as opposed to whatever it is right now because it's trying to make the circuit boards. It's not making them fast enough. And so it's not making them at 25 per minute. I can tell you that already. If I put it in there, it'll do what I call offline production where you just put the resources in and then it makes the thing. It's going to go much faster on its end. Now let's take a look and see how many it's made so far. It's about 7 of those in. And so we'll get that going. Now I was going to overclock it, but we don't have anything to overclock it with, and I can go hunt those things down and do all of that, but I'm going to run out of time here. So I'm going to go ahead and just try to make a bunch more. And I'm going to see how many computers I can make. Remember, we started with 7. How many computers I can make in the same amount of time that it's making computers over there. The first thing we're going to need is a ton of these circuit boards, for sure. So let's make a bunch of those and get it going on. Now, again, you can't help out the stream by going out and retweeting everybody. We're at 6 retweets right now. We can go ahead. We get 4 more. I'm going to give you guys another 1,000 kiss caps for the giveaways. It does help support the stream as well, and it's free. What the heck, right? Even if you don't have a Twitter account, go create a Twitter account, retweet it. We'll count that. There we go. We appreciate that. I appreciate the effort. There we go. Oh, yeah, JC Hunter. It does that all the time. It's been doing that for years. It'll be all weird, glitchy. One of the things I suggest, by the way, JC Hunter, if you're having that kind of weird, glitchy issues and it persists, is to change your stream key. Is to go in there and have it make a new stream key for you. And then put your stream key in. Obviously, don't show that on stream and don't show any of that stuff to anybody ever. But I would go make a new stream key and put it in there and see if that one works better. I've had that problem in the past. Also, it could be a connection issue, could be your ISP, could be not even Twitch's fault at all. I always assume it's user error first whenever I do anything. That's because that eliminates me as the potential problem. And then when I know it's not me and it's somebody else, then I can say, look, I already checked it. If it was me, it's not me. It's on your service or it's on the internet provider or whatnot. The toughest thing I find as a streamer is you don't worry about download speed. You know, if you got 10 or 20 download speed, you're fine. But it's upload speed. Upload speed is the king. Now, I started off with like a 2 or 3 megabyte upload speed when I first started streaming. And then as I went through time, I got the bigger and bigger upload. And now I have 1,000 up and 1,000 down, which is awesome. Because I can be uploading videos and doing a whole bunch of stuff on the side while I'm talking to you guys, which is actually what I'm doing right this moment. Doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm doing like, you see me sitting here doing nothing, but while I'm sitting here doing nothing, I'm literally doing 10 other things. While I'm uploading and processing and running stuff, and there's videos running out on YouTube right now because I've got all stuff queued up and all that stuff. And multitask as much as you can. Get the most out of your time where it's doing all the work, right? Where you set it and forget it, and then you are off chilling, playing games, and doing other fun stuff. I do like to do that. I like to get as many things running as I can. All right, so we did as many circuit boards as we can there, 35, and then we'll go up here to our computers. What else we need? We need cable and screws. All right, let's turn around here. Where's our box of cable? This way. Grab some cable out of there. And screws are something that usually is empty. Right? I feel like screws is like, what is that resource you never have enough of in Astroneer? Resin. It's like resin. Screws are like resin from Astroneer. You never have enough. Even though you can make crazy tons of them. I feel like you never have enough screws. But it's been piping the screws over here. So it might have a backlog over here that we can go ahead and grab, which it does. Because it's pulled all the screws out of there and then pushed them into this box instead. And so let's go ahead, see if we can make our own computers. Right now we can make 3 of them. All right. So far, not looking like we're going to get too far ahead of what it's doing over there. Yeah, we might have to come back to this next time. We're going to run out of time. All right, more copper sheets. We'll try to get as many done as we can. Now, again, I can just let it run, just AFK, and come back in, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 5 hours, 10 hours. Just let it run and run and run, and then you come back, bada bing, bada boom. You got yourself tons and tons of computers there. Now, one of the things that actually does slow me down in this particular process and actually makes the process of it automatically doing it faster is the circuit boards. If I had more plastic and more copper sheets and more circuit boards running, it would actually be faster than me doing it manually in the thing here. So maybe what we want to do is say, you know what, hold on, we want to really boost our production because we want this to be 25 per minute. Maybe since we have so much extra plastic and so much extra stuff that we could squeeze in a few more of these, right? Maybe on this side. Maybe one here. Maybe really get this going. Hold on, we'll get way over here. No, there's a line overhead. Yeah, there's a line overhead in the way. All right, we gotta take that line out for a second. Okay, we don't have enough room here. We should really not be doing this right here. But wait, we don't need these supports. Just done. I mean, we don't need these supports. We're not going to build up any higher there because the flying mob comes by. So those supports are limiting us for no reason. Awesome. So we'll put that back in there. And let's go ahead and take this out right here. And let's really step this up to a whole nother level. Whole next level action going on up in here. Let's get an assembler. Let's go ahead and get as close as we can without... Whoop, did I put that in? Too steep. What are you talking about? Something funky there. Something funky chicken. Let's take that out. Okay, fine. That's broken. Alright, screw it. We're running the top one. There's something funky going on there. So now we've swapped it where the bottom was plastic. We swapped it to the top one now as plastic. Now, whenever you do that, it can screw you up because there might be other resources in the way blocking it from taking those resources and running it in there. Same thing here with the plastic. It might be blocking it. There might be a bunch of plastic in here, which there is. And so we need to take that plastic and we need to swap it up into here. And so what I'm doing is holding down Control, left clicking, and I'm able to pull all the plastic out of the bottom here. I could clear my inventory and do it all in one shot, but I feel like that's good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and run this one at the bottom, and we're going to try to run it into there. And we're going to have to speed up just a little bit here. I hope you guys don't mind, because we are ready to do some more. To do some more before we leave. Let's get these lined up, and let's do 3 of these, right? Let's really get crazy. Let's get crazy for crying. Oh, that thing's in my way. Everything's in my way. All right, fine. Let's run this up even higher. Way up there. Make this in here. All right, there we go. This is what happens when you're doing spaghetti, everybody. When you're just like doing it on the fly. Everything is like, all right, well, let's do that there, and then try to run that there. Of course, we'll fine tune this later. We'll fine tune it all later on. And take this out. Like so. So first level is going to do this. Second level is going to do this. Now, here's another way of doing this, by the way. You can go in and have both of these lifted instead of just having the one. But I'm going to go ahead and just lift this second one. Oh, I forgot to put this lifter in. My bad. Lifter. Let's see. Once I have the first one in, I don't need the actual lifter to be there to figure out the offset, because I can use the first one as a template. And there we go. That's going to go into there, and same thing here. There. Connected together. It doesn't matter which one we put in what, as long as we get them both in there. So this one I'm going to go here, if I can get away with it. I'll get it to go around the corner here. There we go. Get that into there, and then we want to get this bottom one in. Now, one of the problems is this is going to be right in the way of this, so it's definitely a good idea to back this up a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these, back this up a bit, just so we can get it going. Now, normally I don't count the first one, and I'll go 1, 2, and then that should allow me to offset that properly. Again, I'm looking for the green line here, so it tells me a good spot. All right, good enough. Back this up a little bit. And run this into there, this into there. So on and so forth. Like so. And then what we want to do is... oh, wait, we want to do those in reverse. We want to do this. This one goes down to this one. The reason why I want to do that is because we're going to bring the plastic from up there down into here. And let's do it from this side. So let's say split there and run down into there. Okay, now it's going to trip us up a little bit, but don't worry, we'll fix it once we get it started. And again, we're going to do circuit boards. And then circuit boards. And circuit boards. Now, because I have so much power already built up, the crew came in and built a bunch of power, which makes this a lot easier, where I can just keep building and building and building, as you can see, so I can add more and more machines and whatnot. It will help us build all this out. Okay, and there we go. We're waiting for our stuff to get in there, and now we're making 7.5 plus 7.5 and so on, because we have such a huge backlog of both copper sheets and plastic that we could really just let this run and run at 3 times the speed that I'll be able to make it for sure. We could even overclock them because we do have so much plastic and so much copper. We could overclock all of these as well. But we want to make sure that it is getting its copper sheets and getting all of its stuff that it needs. And one of those things is to watch the lifters and see how the lifters are doing. Also watch the back here. Now again, once it's going to fill in there, so if you do have some extra and they're on the wrong belt, they will feed into the machine until it's full. So you can get away with it just a little bit in the beginning if you accidentally mix the two. But later on, you want to make sure that it is consistently on 2 separate lines. And you can see that that's now backlogging all of that. This one right here has trouble with copper sheets because I didn't run the copper sheets in there. There we go. Now it's getting some. There we go. That one's starting up. And then the last one right there. All right. So that's got plenty of those. Let's merge all of these together by using our merger. Let's see if we can sneak this in here. There's a great little trick, if you can get away with it, is to put this is the offset just a little bit, but you could put the merger right here and point the output into the box, but it's not going to let me do that because I'm a little too close to it. So we're going to have to do something tricky probably with this. I feel like I'm still too close to it here. Yeah, still too close. What to do, what to do. You can move the boxes. Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. All right, we'll take a merger. And we're going to merge this one out of here toward me. So we're going to merge this into here. We're going to merge this into this one. This one will turn around. And we'll actually take it and we'll aim it straight forward. Like that. There we go. So this one's going to merge into the center one. That outer one's going to merge into the center one. This one's going to merge into this one. So now we got them all running and merging into this one. Then we'll go ahead and use a lifter. And again, this is all about logistics, everybody. I love figuring out the logistics. And then we'll let that run up. And then we can take this and we can run that into the box. Like that. And be able to visualize that in your head is really fun. It's really fun to figure all that out ahead of time. And now we're going to be doing way more computers at a consistent rate. And so it's going to do 7.5 times 2, of course, which is going to be 14, 15. And then another 7.5, which is roughly 22. So you're about 22, 23 per minute, which is going to make this go a lot faster than going at like 2 per minute or 7 per minute like we had it before. So we definitely want that to go a bit faster. But we're going to let that run. We're already at 16, so we're making away there. We're going to let that run. Let's go ahead and save this game as computers. Computers. That'll remind me next time what we're working on. Now I'm going to take another quick break, and then we're going to switch over to some Before We Leave, Learn to Play session. We've been having lots of fun playing it yesterday. We're going to continue playing it today. See where we go with it. I'm going to play for a few hours. Oh, here he comes in. Always a good idea to accommodate him in your base because he'll fly right through the middle of your base. He can actually knock you off of stuff too. It's actually a solid object as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. That's some advanced spaghetti, right? Yeah, that's right. We're getting into some serious spaghetti so we can show the before, which is what I'm doing right now, the spaghetti version. And then we'll come back and we'll make a nice, clean, undercut run version. It'll turn out amazing. Amazing. Oh, let's do this battle first, and then we'll take a quick break. To battle! All right, battle time, everybody. Let's blow it up. Blowing it up. Get that loot. Oh, Paul getting some super loot. Oh, doing good, doing good. Just got to take these guys out in the middle. I think we got enough peeps to do it. We're about to do the pincher move on them, too. We're about to come in from 3 different directions. Down here, up here, and then when they take that one out over there, they might run back as well. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Uh-oh, uh-oh. We lost a couple peeps. Bannerman running away. He's like, I'm out. And there we go. That's a big W right there. All right, open the capture chest. How many units do we have on that one? 77. There we go. Doing better. Grants and rewards. Let's say John Boy, Subi, Hera, Luna, and Reaper all getting some love. And Archduke Wayne coming in MVP with the 10 kills. Now, come on now. I see you guys right there. I see you guys only putting one unit down. Now, don't drag the rest of the team down. Put down as many units as you can. So everybody's getting the loots. I want to get you guys as much loot as we can during this event. Let's keep it rocking. Let's see. What do we want to do? I think we got all of those going. Let's go ahead and do the rogue some more here. Yeah, say right there. All right, awesome. Goodbye, Buster. Another one during cooldown, which are my quests. We'll go ahead and come back to that in about 30 minutes. Okie dokie. Now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and take another quick break before we get into the next segment. Now, again, I'd love to bring you all these different segments of my stream, like our primary games like Satisfactory. Love doing side games like Stream Raiders, and, of course, Learn to Play sessions where you can backseat game all you want. And, again, we got a game that's coming out tomorrow called Before We Leave. I was lucky enough to get an early access version of it, a beta version of it, so I can show it off to you guys, and maybe it's your next favorite game. You never know. We'll check it out here in just a moment. I'll be back in just a bit. Hey everybody, Kismet here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the center of the screen. Also check me out live on twitch.tv/Kismet. I'll see you all next time.